Hello, and welcome to Order Marcana. I am your Dungeon Master, Wes Babcock, and I am here with my friends to play a little bit of D&D. We're glad to have Ansley back with us, who was out last week for some illness, but she is back with us, ready to trudge on his ribbon. Seth is here to play Ogre. Tila is here to play Genesis, and Matt is here to play the lovely bard Gendrix. So,
indeed.
Just a couple of quick shout-outs. First of all, as always, to Tabletop Audio. We use audio from tabletopaudio.com. You can check them out at tabletopaudio.com. Also check them out on Patreon. Support them if you like what they do. Pretty much awesome sounds, awesome music to enhance your games. And then also, once again, I'm just going to point this out probably every time because this artwork still blows me away every time I look at it. Thank you to Alexis. You can check her out on Tattoos by Alexis on Instagram and Twitter to see all of her cool-ass work and maybe get some artwork done on your own for your character as well. As you can see on our initiative trackers here and the portraits that are next to the players in the overlay once we get there. Just absolutely gorgeous artwork, so check her out, give her some support, and thanks, Alexis. The artwork is amazing every time I look at it. Without further ado, let's play some fucking Dungeons and Dragons.
Yas.
Welcome back. All right, so last time we saw our heroes, they had received a letter that the job to deal with the ogres. Yeah, go and play your dice, Seth. It's cool.
I'm just
It'll be
putting
alright.
them in the bag.
It's fine.
Just putting them back.
Seth is known for just being real loud with the dice.
I have
anyway,
Matt.
So last time,
They call me Tinkles.
the job to deal with the ogres in cogs or in the cogs had become approved by House Thrash because the city of Sharn had decided that it needed to be dealt with, and so the party, seeing that it was worth a decent chunk of coin, headed off into the district of Cogsgate in Lower Tavick's Landing to make their way into the cogs, which is sort of the underbelly of Sharn. It's where a bunch of mining operations and sewers and basically sort of the underside of the city exists. And Genesis had put some sleeping powder over Riven's face in a
And
somewhat
I didn't even drool.
creepy demeanor, and because she was snoring, and Riven missed out on the first part of the adventure into the cogs. But you made your way down, met some interesting characters, a goblin named Fezgut, and a fat hobgoblin overseer who was very happy to be the fattest hobgoblin and in charge of everything down here in the cogs, or at least this small area of it. You asked for a guide and were given sort of an old, graying around the ears and the snout, or the snoot, Knoll named Dog, and he told you that he would lead you and kind of show you around to the places that they thought maybe you could find some of these ogre attacks, check out some of the places where they had attacked, and maybe find where their lair was, and see if you could find Molbog, the leader of these ogres, who seems to be organizing them and amping them up for some unknown purpose to basically mess up the lower portions of Sharn. You did find some ogres and did battle with them. One had a flaming bucket dropped on his head in the form of a minecart, which to his giant head is actually a bucket. One of them decided to eschew his club and wail on Oligar with a minecart.
Most assuredly.
But at the end of the day, you were victorious in dealing with these ogres. You went on to check out the third site that Bargog, the hobgoblin, had told you about, and eventually you made your way down a long mine tunnel that sort of opened up onto a bluff that overlooked this sort of, ramshackle little village of somewhat oversized huts that seemed like they might be ogre-sized. And I believe you took a short rest right towards the end of the session, and as you neared the end of that short rest, if you wanted to spend hit dice or anything, you can certainly go ahead and do that. You heard a woman's voice crying out as it approached you down the mine shaft, and the thump of heavy feet following somewhere behind it. And that is where we will kick off tonight's game.
I would like to retroactively say that I sang a song of rest before our
Yeah, so roll me a d6.
before we started resting. A 3.
Anyone who spends hit dice gets an extra 3 hit points during this short rest.
It's just total, right?
Yep.
And we get 1 hit dice per level.
Yep, so you should have 4 hit dice.
And my hit dice is
A d10.
a schwing. Schwiggity.
Schwack.
Schwing. Release one by one. 2 by 2.
Add your con to both of those. And you get 3 from Gendrix's Song of Rest.
Those 3 are going to save your life. I hope you're ready for that.
I'm ready for this.
Feel the gratitude.
Okay. So is everybody done up with their short rest?
Yes. Absolutely.
Get any of your short rest abilities back, which y'all may not have very many.
Yeah, I don't think I get any at all.
You got a few more levels before you'll get your inspirations back on the short rest.
Yep.
All right,
But
but
I only used 2, so
yeah. So as you are, you've Oligar's tied off a bandage around his shoulder where he got bashed with this mine cart, and you hear this voice, and it sounds somewhat familiar. And then a couple seconds later, after you hear this voice, you see Riven come running out of the opening onto this bluff.
Riven.
Give me a second. Cardio pad. I was looking for you guys. No time to talk. We're in danger.
What?
Friends!
And you can hear the thump of approaching feet echoing through the mine corridor. You know that when they caught sight of you, you were probably about 100 feet ahead of them. So they'll be here shortly.
They'll be here shortly.
All right.
You brought friends with you?
I wouldn't say that they're friends. I tried to negotiate, but once again, they're not very nice.
When we stopped off, we were hiding, right?
Yeah, so you finish your short rest, and you kind of, there's not a whole lot of place to hide, but there are some, stones and things if you want to make a stealth check, if you wanted to try and hide behind
Okay.
some of these larger stones and boulders. You certainly could.
Yeah.
I've never really seen ogres before, but I'm pretty sure they're ogres because they're really fucking hideous.
Yeah, I would like to try to hide.
Do I need to do... Okay, so I want to, grab her and pull her into my hiding spot. Does that mess up my stealth roll?
No, she just needs to make a stealth roll. You can make it a disadvantage with your huffing and puffing and hysterics.
Yeah, I will attempt to hide.
I have a 20.
Golly,
You
I
can
had
make yours
advantage.
Yeah.
And I rolled a 2 and a 6.
Nice.
So my stealth check is going to be a 12.
I rolled a salmon.
I rolled 2 7s.
Hell
Wow.
yeah.
Nice. So that brings mine to an 8.
Well, we're starting up good tonight, y'all.
Well, you know what? The good thing about ogres is they have a terrible wisdom.
Yeah,
What about
but
tigers?
Don't worry.
So tigers are a wonderful
Of course,
thing.
when they roll that.
It's not ogre till it's ogre.
But so you probably have about 20 seconds to sort of steel yourself as something is coming down this hallway towards you. Actually, if you would like to, even though this isn't our map, we'll just use the squares. There aren't any
To square up.
Yeah, we'll just use these squares here, right? This is Dog, for those of you who didn't see the new Dog Mini, and we have a new Riven Mini,
I didn't see the dog mini.
and we have a new Sir Gilliam.
Sir
Mini.
Gilliam.
Or the Gwilliam.
If you guys want to place yourselves where you are, the opening is here. So you guys are back here. The bluff is about where this line is. So you've got this space before you get down to the bluff.
So I'm doing some quick bard thinking here.
So go ahead and put your minis wherever you think you are.
Wherever Genesis, what is?
Yeah.
Where are you?
So the line is here.
Yeah.
Yeah, the line between those two rooms for the
Oh,
future
oh.
map.
So probably like right where the bluff starts.
I'm gonna be ready.
Okay, so you guys are up against the edge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which one is? Is this my mini? The one with the
You're
sword sticking out of it?
Yeah, you're.
This is me.
You're
here.
Until you buy your mini,
Okay.
you're Denegro.
This guy. All right. So, where are you at, Genesis?
Dog is gonna be up
over
there.
closer to the entrance. Dog's gonna be kind of here.
Probably like behind
Okay.
Oligar or like right next to him.
Dog looks dope.
And
Dog's a boss.
if she lets me, I attempted to pull Riven into.
I mean,
our
like,
spot.
I'm still trying to breathe, so
Yeah.
I don't really care where I'm going at this point. I'm
Okay.
still.
Is
Just like-
Sergilium out already?
While
Yeah.
you're frantic, I like grab you and pull you in.
Oh yeah, by the way, when you saw me exit out of the cave, I'm holding Sir Gilliam this way, but you know that I can also control him, so there's really no reason for me to hold him this way, and that's why I'm so out of breath, but I'm gonna pretend that it was for a good cause.
I got you.
Even though I'm like way ahead of them.
So I'm gonna set up a minor illusion like right on the edge of the bluff that
Okay.
looks like Riven,
Uh-huh.
and I'm gonna have it like looking back over its shoulder, and as soon as I see the ogres come, I'm gonna have that minor illusion like fall off the bluff.
Okay.
Nice.
Let's see. There's some kind of a DC for them to believe your illusion, right? I feel-
Investigation against my DC.
Oh, yeah, they're super at that.
I think if they get close enough
That'll
to
be great.
investigate it, right?
Yeah, they'd have to spend. The creature uses an action to examine the sound or image. It would be my DC for that.
Solid in on these guys. Okay, good. I'll roll for all of them. 0. All right. Okay. So just put me a little marker where you think Riven is. Yeah, there is a stone.
So
sort
like
of-
you said, like the edge of it is like
It's
right up here.
Like I'm right on
Uh-huh.
the edge, so it's like right there.
Does it run across there like that?
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah, so she'll just kind
Okay.
of be like right there on the
Okay,
edge.
So as you do, you see
Big fat
One.
boys.
2, 3 of these ogres. They all see all of you.
Oh, good.
They rolled super high on their perception, unfortunately. But they also see the thing of Riven, and you make it fall, and you see the one in the front just looks like he's going to beeline for it. That's going to be initiative.
All right.
Oh,
Fucking A.
what am I, cleric today?
Maybe.
Gendrix got a little stoved up in that short rest.
Yeah, I'm a little rusty.
Okay, what do we got here? Oligar.
3.
Nice.
4, sorry, 4. I
4.
forgot to add my
Solid.
modifier.
Oh, I got to roll for Dole. Ooh, Dole did good.
Good boy, dog.
And you're going to put Riven back in the order. Okay. Genesis.
4.
4. Gendrix.
11.
And Riven.
13.
Noise.
Alright, so for you guys initiative, I haven't gotten my monster markers yet, so then we're gonna have Riven, followed by Gendrix,
And slap
followed
me.
by
Slap that.
Genesis.
that fat boy
and
down at the bottom.
Oligar. I'm assuming you have a higher dex than he does. You have a dex of 12. What's your dex?
12.
I'm leaving the wrong area. Sorry. A 14.
A 14. Okay. So Dole jumps right out. You see he runs over here next to you where you're at. He gets to here. And he's going to take a spear attack on these boys. As he runs over, you see he stumbles on a rock. He jabs out with the spear, but it just sort of glances off the ogre's thick hide and does not appear to do much.
Oh, no.
That will bring them up. This one's going to come here. Because this one is going to go there towards the ribbon. And then this one is going to come here.
Back, you fiend.
Okay. The one on Dog will take a swing and miss. It's close. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Against Gendrix, that's an 8.
An 8 will not hit.
And the other one, he's going to take a double move and jump down into, like, scrabble down after the one that fell.
Okay.
Woo!
Why is it so intense trying to get me?
All right. That will
Shruggity,
bring
shruggity.
up Riven.
Alright, I'm moving Sir Gilliam's towards this way, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait.
If you put him right there, you'd be in range.
Well, I'm trying to see. Can I give you a flank, or is he big enough where we can't flank him?
You can flank ogres, yeah.
Okay. One,
Just need to get
three.
directly across from.
And then I'm gonna slam attack.
Okay, go for it.
22.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit that bad bitch. I'm the bad bitch.
Hit that bitch with a shovel.
8.
8 points.
Mm-hmm. I
Nice.
hope it hurts.
It does.
Good. I smacked him on the ass one good time.
Anything else?
Nope.
All right, Gendrix.
I'm gonna cast Bane on the 2 ogres that are.
Oh,
right
nice.
here.
Okay, so it's going to be charisma.
Yeah, charisma saving throw, DC 15.
All right, so the one that just got attacked rolls a 14.
Yeah, it's a 15.
Oh,
to
nice.
Make it.
And this one rolls a 6.
Yes.
So they are both baned.
That means that they have to roll a D4 and subtract that from the number of their attack or saving throws.
Very nice.
All right, anything else?
And I'm gonna risk taking a wallop, and I'm gonna go ahead and get off of him.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So that is going to be a 21.
That will hit me.
Ooh.
You actually just
gentle.
don't move that. He just smacks you that
I'm
far.
fragile.
17 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ooh. That's nasty.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty gross.
Next up is anything else?
No, that's gonna do it.
Genesis.
I'm going to run out a little bit. So like, this one's me.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm gonna run out about that far,
Uh-huh.
15, and then I'm gonna try and my bad. Did I mess up the camera?
No, it's still in the right place.
I'm gonna try to drink my potion, and I'm gonna cast Scorching Ray.
At who?
You can do 3 of them, so
Yep.
I'm gonna do 1 for each.
The one that's there has jumped over the edge. You can't see him anymore.
Okay, then I'll do 2 of them on the one that Noel is on, and
Okay.
then the last one on the one furthest.
He no
Okay.
longer has a name. God, you're racist. Dog.
Dog.
Took away his name, gave him a number.
So
Is he a
I
secret agent? No.
19
Yeah.
for the first one.
Uh-huh.
Give me a roll damage each time.
You can roll those 2 if you want.
So yeah, 2d6. So 10 damage for that one,
Okay.
and then the second one is 15. So that's a 20.
Natural?
No,
Okay.
and he gets 8 damage.
Nice.
And then the last one will be on the one closest to me.
Okay.
And 18. 23.
Yep.
Apologies.
7 damage.
Nice. Yes, you see these 3 balls of fire just arc out and slam into these ogres, and you see their like little short hair on their body starts to singe, and they sort of recoil at the pain of the fire. All right, that will bring up Olgar.
How bad did Gendrix look after that big wallop?
I'm bloodied for sure.
Bloodied?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. I'm gonna run directly across after seeing him get walloped
Uh-huh.
right there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna pat him on the shoulder
Okay.
as I turn towards the ogre and
Uh-huh.
start running that way and say, "You got this, buddy." And it makes you feel a lot better for some
How
weird
much better
reason.
do I feel?
I'm not sure.
How much you giving him?
Let's see.
Are you doing a spell or are you doing hands?
You know what? I'm gonna spell it.
Okay.
And it makes you feel about
Ooh,
10 points better.
I like it.
Nice.
I like it a lot.
You said you're going to use the rest of your movement to double move?
No,
No?
because that's an action.
Oh, yeah,
so-
because that is an action. Okay.
But that's the way I'm
Right, okay.
just turning and facing, and that's what I'm
Alright.
doing.
That'll come back to the top with Dog. And he's going to make an attack. Okay. That'll bring up the ogres. The one that is there He's gonna swing at Sir Gilliam. But he has got to roll a d4, right?
Yes.
Oh no, that's a 10. And then the other one will swing at Dog. That's gonna be a 20. That will hit Dog.
Ooh.
Someone will keep up with damage for Dog for me. Dog takes 15 points of bludgeoning damage. This
15?
club just smashes him across the face, and you see like several teeth fly out of his mouth.
Oh no. Not as
You
deep.
said dog took 15?
Yep. Riven.
Okay, so I'm gonna move Sir Gilliam's this way. Would that wouldn't still count as a flank, would it? Because he's this far apart.
You'd have to move just a little bit further,
So how much further?
like directly across.
Like here?
Yeah, that'll do.
Okay. And then I'm gonna smack him.
Do it.
Do it or to it.
Fell off. 16?
Yep.
Yeah, boy. That's not the right one.
Hmm?
Oh, look at that. That's gonna be 10 points.
10 points.
Nice.
Okay. Anything else?
That'll be it.
All right, Gendrix.
All right, so I'm going to take a pot shot at the one that Sir Gilliam's wailing on.
Okay.
A 22 to hit.
Yeah.
Nice. That's going to be 6 points of damage.
6 points.
Yeah.
All right. Which one is that? Is that the one that's been hurt a bunch?
Yeah.
Okay. 6 points. Nice. Okay.
1 second.
He's looking really rough.
I would like to expend a bardic inspiration to add 2d6 to that,
Okay.
if that's possible.
Nice. Yeah, go for it.
So instead of it just being a regular shot, it looks like a nice like purple tracer coming out of my gun.
Sweet.
And that's going to be an extra 8 points of damage.
His head explodes.
Oh! Ha! Nice.
Bitch. Can I take him off now?
Yep.
That's what you get for thwacking me, you motherfucker.
I mean, no, he's gonna keep swinging just without a head.
I mean,
No,
I wouldn't put it past you.
No, you're right. No, he's D3D dead. Anything else, Ginger?
I'll use one. No, that's going to be all. Ginger's just going to stay right there where he is because he's happy.
Okay, Ogre.
Seeing his head explode, I'm gonna kind of like look at Gendrix, and then can I look down and see what happened to Divey Boy?
Yes, you see. Actually, you see the scree that goes down about 20, 25 feet, and you heard a scrabbling noise. You just figured it was him jumping down. But when you look, you see that he's laying there, sort of on his back, and his leg. You can see the bone sticking out from where he fell and broke his leg.
Oh,
My leg.
nice.
My leg.
A solid natural 1 on his acrobatics check.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Wow. Seeing that, so let's see. 10. We'll just use some movement and get in front of Gwilliam.
Okay.
What's your movement now?
It's 30.
Oh, okay.
I got 6.
You got any room to attack?
No.
Okay. Genesis.
How's that one looking?
He looks pretty fresh. He sort of is like beating his chest, swinging his club around like a madman.
I'm gonna turn to him, and I kind of turn my head sideways, and I reach out, and this like skeletal hand like drifts out to like try and grab him.
Okay, go for it.
It's gonna slap him.
I'm gonna touch you inappropriately.
I slap you. I slap you.
23.
Yeah.
I like this dice in it.
Touch him inappropriately.
5. I try to grab his neck with it.
Yeah, you can see this spectral hand and you see he sort of starts to shiver. That'll bring us to the top. Dog will maneuver over to, if he can, to get a flank, if that's possible. I don't know what's over there because my DM screen's in the way.
Yeah, he can get around and be on the opposite side, but he doesn't have.
He
He's
doesn't
not in
have one.
contact
Okay.
just yet.
Let's see if Dog can hit. He's rolled 2 2s to attack.
Get him, dog.
Oh, there you go, Dog. That'll do, pig.
Get it, dog.
And he's going to spin a superiority die.
Ooh. He is a whole new dog.
He's full blown now.
Yeah.
Nice. To do 18 points of damage. And somebody roll me, just for fun, somebody roll me a d20.
That'd be a nat 20.
Never mind. Okay. Yeah, you see, he takes the spear and slashes at the leg, and after he does, he tries to interpose it and trip, but the ogre just sort of steps over the spear, although he is bleeding pretty profusely from his legs. But he did not get tripped.
Ogre.
Yeah, he did not get tripped. That will bring up the ogres, and that one will. If Dog is the closest thing, he will swing at him.
Yarp.
I don't know why I bothered rolling a d4. -1 plus 6.
Oh, wow.
I rolled a 3 and then a 4 on the d4.
Very nice.
Yeah. All right. But you hear this noise. You go and stand that guy back up. He's different though. He's not the one that broke his leg.
This one is different,
Yeah.
yeah?
You hear this noise, and you see out of the corner of your eye this thing jumps and lands, and it's this massive ogre, and he has his bottom jaw is basically like it has like steel plating hammered into it, and you can see he has a right hand, and he's holding a massive chain, and his left hand is a massive chain, and he just swings them. And Genesis is right there, so he'll move. Actually, no, he's within range. So let me bring this guy up. Give me just 1 second, please. I need to find an ogre chain brute. There he is. Beautiful.
I like the sound of that.
Beautiful.
Actually, you're both within 10 feet. A dexterity saving throw from Genesis and Gendrix, please.
Oh, boy. All right, you just rolled a 20 a second ago.
I don't know why you didn't want me to have a
Something
G
good
name.
here. Okay, I'll take that. Dexterity save, that's going to be a 20 dirty.
Nice. It didn't catch
I
you.
got a 5.
Nice, okay.
I didn't quite hear your failure.
So you're going to take 7 points of bludgeoning damage. Gendrix, you take 3.
Okay.
And Genesis, you are not prone.
Okay.
Okay. And that will be he used all his movement to get up, so that will be them. Ribbon.
Okay, let's see. I guess I can kind of get right here. He's on
He's occupying that space. You'd have to be right here.
right here.
Mm-hmm.
So technically, I'll still be in.
Yeah, they take up 4 squares.
Okay.
They are large.
I'm smacking him.
Go for it.
Smack.
That's not gonna help. 7.
7 total.
Yeah.
That will miss. Yeah, you go to swing. Sargillion swings his sword, and one of the chains just bats it away, and he starts swinging the chain menacingly. Anything else?
Swing.
No.
Gendrix.
Let's see here. Sorry, I'm caught up in the action over here and I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing next, but I have a very good idea of what it is.
Tell me what it is.
Okay. I'm going to drop concentration on Bane.
Okay.
And I'm going to look at the one that just jumped up, and I'm going to go, and I'm going to back up a couple of steps, so I can be out of that range of that nasty chain attack. And then I'm going to say, "Hey, I saw your other ogre friend wearing a dress. He was the prettiest ogre." And
Before you say that, he's going to take an attack of opportunity.
Oh shit!
It's 10-foot range. But you know what? That probably isn't going to hit you.
It's
Plus, what's this? Let me figure out what his plus is real quick. Give me a second. It's only plus 4. No, plus 6. 14.
That's gonna miss.
That will miss. Yeah. So you dance away as this chain sweeps over your head.
Yeah, and I saw your ogre friend wearing a dress. And he was the prettiest ogre, and that's hideous laughter. So that's gonna be a wisdom saving throw from him
Save.
with a 15.
Ooh, he has advantage. Ooh, that's even worse. So that's a 10.
It's a 10.
Yep.
Sweet. So he's prone and laughing his ass off.
All right. Nice. Okay. Anything else?
Just I guess the image of seeing another ogre in a dress really got him.
I mean, I'm giggling a little bit.
No, I'm trying to save the rest of my inspiration.
Okay.
I only got 2
Sure.
more.
That will bring up Genesis.
You use half your movement to stand up, right?
That is correct.
Yes.
Okay. So I kind of like get into like this squatting position,
Mm-hmm.
and I like reach into my trench coat and put this potion together and drink it. And then I'm going to cast Agonizar's Scorcher.
Okay,
Can
where
I
at?
do it in a... Wait, I'm sorry. Yeah, can I do it in a line that doesn't get him? So it's like this way?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Then I'm going to do that.
Okay.
It's instant, so it's a dex save from you.
He's incapacitated, I believe. Is that correct?
He's just prone. Yeah, he's incapacitated,
So
unable
he
to stand
automatically
up.
fails dexterity saves.
But when he takes damage, you can make another whiz save.
That's right.
So I roll damage.
Yeah, he automatically fails.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I'm not going to say he automatically fails because he's rolling around on the ground laughing. He doesn't have a great deck, so probably don't. Yeah, it's a 10.
So he takes 15 damage.
15. Nice.
Light his ass up.
Yeah.
And does he remain on fire or anything like that? That's a 6 on the whiz save.
No. It doesn't say that.
Oh, he has advantage. 14 on the whiz save.
It's still a failure.
Okay. Nice.
He is still a failure.
All right. That will
Spicy
bring
failure.
up Olgar.
I'll kind of turn my head at the commotion and see him laughing his ass off, and I'll just walk up to Dog's quarry,
Okay, go for it.
and I will harry his opponent with him
Do it.
and smack him with all of our combined might. No, I will not.
Oh my
How'd
god.
you roll?
Put those away.
2 1s.
5 and a 2.
5 total?
That's an 11.
An 11 will hit.
Hey!
Yeah, they're big sacks of flesh.
But that was still some shite rolls. For sure. Let's get some hot damage in there. There you go. So 10 and where are we at here? 14 points of damage.
Nice. He's looking rough.
Yeah, that was whoo.
All right, back to the top. Dog, now advantage.
Finish him off, Dog.
Oof, probably didn't hope it's only a 9. You missed. No. Yeah, it's 9. You missed.
Total of 9.
Yep.
You're rolling like me.
Yeah.
On 2 dice.
That will be though. Do I get to save at the end of my turn with that guy?
Yes, at the end of his turn, and if he takes damage.
Does an 18 save?
An 18 will save.
It's great. You roll a natural 20. It turns into an 18.
Wow, that's good shit.
All right, so he'll use half his movement to stand up, and he will.
That was at the end of his turn.
Oh, then by all means he won't do anything. The other one will try to punch Oligar.
So he will stay on the ground again.
Yeah. I guess he'll stick around.
Punch me.
A 19 to hit you, Oligar.
Yeah, that'll do it. What am I, level 20 with a shield?
Maybe. 9 points bludgeoning damage as this club just smashes across your face. Excuse me. That will be their turn. Ginger or Riven.
All right. So exactly,
advantage.
can I like squeeze around him?
I mean, you can just walk right up to him.
Well,
But no, he is laying on the edge.
Yeah, he's on the very edge
Yeah,
of
so
that.
you couldn't get around behind him.
He's laying
well, no, I'm
on
just
the
trying to get in
edge.
between Genesis, or I'm trying to get.
You wouldn't be able to get
Serbian.
between them, no.
Okay. Well, at
You
least
can
I'll
move
be.
through her, but you wouldn't be able to stop there because you can't occupy her space.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna stand right beside her.
Okay, that's fine.
And then I get advantage.
Uh-huh.
I'll smack this.
Because he's prone.
Smack that all on the floor.
Smack this up. Do it.
Oh, that's not gonna hit shit.
Damn.
That's gonna be a 9.
That's
Nice.
worse than me. We're rolling shit with
I
advantage.
know, right? Not much of an advantage. Anything else?
Alright.
Nope.
Okay, Ginger.
The real advantage is friendship.
You see Sir Gilliam like hacks into this thing and his sword just like bounces off its like nasty fat flesh.
You said he's got like bits of metal attached
Yeah, like
to
so
his face,
jaw,
right?
His jaw. Imagine it looks like just like chopped up metal, and the body is look like teeth, and it's just like
He's got
riveted
braces.
to his jaw, to the outside of his flesh.
Well, guess what?
Yeah, he wanted to be a dentist.
I'm gonna drop concentration again.
Well, your concentration's already gone. He passed. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's Ogre with. Okay, so it's Ogre with.
Ah, see what we did there.
All right, yeah. So I'm gonna heat up that metal on his face.
Okay.
Give him 2d8s of fire damage here.
Nice.
And that'll be 8 points as his face begins to really start to stink like burnt ogre flesh.
All right. Anything else?
I'm never eating again. Just kidding.
Nope, I'm going to stay right where I'm at, so I'm
this-
strategically
this,
in between
like,
the two.
Rusted steel plate on his jaw begins to glow red hot, and it begins to smell horrible as his face starts cooking beneath this plate.
That will bring up Genesis.
Tasty.
God, you were not wrong. This is like one of the most fun spells I've ever had.
Really bad.
I'm gonna reach into my magical trench coat and pull out what looks like a little weird green mushroom, and I'm just gonna sort of like put it in his face and squeeze it really hard, and it puffs out poison.
Nice.
So he needs to make a con save.
I was like, the
Con
fuck?
save. They're good at those.
If you wait until like right when he gets done screaming and then you squeeze
Yeah,
it, he'll
just-
like take a sharp intake of breath.
15.
Yeah, that passes.
Okay. Does he take any damage?
No.
Okay. Anything else?
I can't back up without taking opportunity attacks, right?
Yeah, but he's prone, so he would have disadvantage.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to back away from him.
Okay.
So
Where would you like to go?
30 feet.
Which any
10.
particular?
Oh, 10 feet, sorry. 10 feet. Just
Well, no,
back
10
up.
to hit.
10 to hit.
Oh, sorry. I thought you
I
said
thought
10 feet.
That probably misses.
30
yeah,
feet.
it misses.
Okay.
No,
She wants to
15
move 30
feet.
Yeah,
feet.
so 30 feet for me.
16.
Okay.
7.
All right.
Just start throwing out random numbers. Confusion.
Well, I was like 30. He goes 10. I was like, oh, sorry, only 10.
Yeah, you see as you puff the mushroom in his face, he just kind of goes. He seems to dig it. He is into this.
All right. Oligar.
Smells like home. I'm gonna smack that.
Smack it.
Do I want to use these same dice? Yeah, fuck it. Let's use the same dice. See what happens. What could go wrong?
Everything.
Hey, there's a 1, but there's an 18.
That'll do.
Beautiful.
That one dice, man.
Two extremes.
Yeah, right. Reroll the shit out of that. So there's 6, 10. 10 points of damage.
10 points. That one's you chop his head off.
Yeah.
The sword flashes around and there's not much neck, so you cleave off a good section of like chest neck to get the head off. But yeah, he's dead.
Right into the hot dog package.
Yep. That'll bring us to the top, and Dog. Dog will move 30 feet.
6. Bam.
Okay.
Get it,
and
Dog.
then he will hold there. He's gonna hold action. That will bring us
Listen, if
to
anybody's
the
gonna
ogres.
watch
He'll
me,
stand up.
No.
Right. And he is going to, for his first bit of kit here, he's going to attempt to grab Sir Gilliam bodily. So he'll make a grapple check against you.
He's about to
Athletics or acrobatics.
bodily grab Sir Willem.
We're gonna do acrobatics because that seems to be the best thing that I'm good at. That's gonna be a 19.
19 total.
Yeah.
Or 21.
Fuck this.
He picks up Sir Gilliam and goes, "This is nothing," and just tosses him over his shoulder.
Damn it.
Oh shit.
Well, bye.
Like into
Yep.
the pit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like fucking Mario noises.
Sir Gilliam takes 5 points of bludgeoning damage from the fall.
That doesn't really hurt. Thankfully.
And then the ogre will use the last 25 feet of his movement to engage.
Who's he getting married to?
Dog is right in front of
He's gonna move
him.
right up in front of Dog.
He's engaged now.
Get down on
I hope
one
that they
knee.
live happily ever after.
And
They make a cute
I need
couple.
a dex save.
They will not
from-
make a cute couple.
I need a dex save from Riven, Genesis, and Dog. Okay.
Nice.
Look at that shit.
Ooh.
All right. If you.
Every time.
22.
Every freaking
All right.
time.
So you take 3 points.
5.
Nice. You take 7 more points, and Dog takes 7 points, and Dog and Genesis are knocked prone.
Damn it.
Genesis doesn't like that chain thing.
Nah.
Damn it.
Okay, that's his turn. And that will bring up Ribbon.
Sure.
Okay, Ribbon's pissed, so she's gonna cast Fairy Fire.
Nice. That
Fancy.
gives everybody
You're gonna put it.
advantage.
You're gonna
doesn't
place it behind him, so it pretty
Yeah.
much just gets him.
I mean,
Yeah.
Not
Nice
like it's
shot.
gonna do me.
So it's a
good, but
dex
yeah.
save for him, right?
Yeah.
What's your DC?
14.
There should be a condition called like extra advantage or extra
15.
disadvantage.
Right.
He rolled it, or you got a 15.
I'm gonna take the lucky feat. That's what it gives you.
For every
Super
extra, you get
advantage.
just another d20 that you can roll.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope. Can't do anything else.
Okay. That will bring up Gendrix.
I'm gonna
Gendrix.
shoot him in the face and
Sorry.
continue. I'm gonna heat that metal again.
Okay, go for it.
So shooting him in the face, my pistol just fell apart in my hand. I'm gonna fucking kill that dude that fixed my gun. But
Never trust a dwarf.
the fire is not gonna fall apart. That's gonna be 7 more points of fire damage.
7 more points. Nice. Yeah, you can see he's like yelling in pain, but he'll deal with it. That will bring up Genesis.
I'm gonna stand up,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and then I'm going to throw a chaos bolt at him.
Oh, snap.
Okay.
Get angry. Flame on.
So.
Oh, nice.
22
Nice.
to hit him,
Yeah, definitely.
and 2d8. This
Alright,
is the one I always roll like crab on, so let's see if I can do
Do
better
not
today.
roll the same on the d8s this time.
I know, right? 2d8, 1 d6. Okay. So 12 damage,
Nice.
and it is going to be psychic damage.
Oh man. Okay.
No.
Hurt his feelings.
Ogres are dumb, so they're resistant. No, they are dumb, but they are not resistant to psychic damage. You see,
Do I at least give him a headache?
with one hand, he's just like, oh!
No, because I don't really want him to take another swing at me.
Okay.
Those goody
I
crackers
assume you
will
stood up.
save him.
Do what?
I assume you stood up.
Yes, I stood up.
All right. Olgar.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna move 6 feet.
6 feet.
Yep. 6 feet
Okay.
equals that. And
Not how this works.
Are you in the fairy fire now?
does
It-
it last
It
or is
failed.
it just
Fairy
when
fire.
it
Oh, it
goes?
failed. Okay.
Only, it's like it casts. Everyone that gets hit, it stays on, and then after that, it disappears.
Okay.
The zone disappears.
I wasn't sure if it was a
Yeah.
concentration.
Is he-
It is a concentration spell, but it's just everything in the zone. It's like it goes whoosh, and anything that got hit is marked.
Is he fairly fairy fired or?
No, he's not fairy fired at
He's
all.
and Dog
He does
is
not have a green, blue, or purple sheen about his flesh.
And Dog is not giving me the advantage
Not
as he
here,
is on the floor.
Yep.
All right, so let me just smack that regularly.
Mhm.
There's a 18.
Yep.
Oh,
That hit.
watch it, spicy. Let me roll that 2 into a 5.
Oh,
9.
yes.
13 points of damage.
Nice. All right.
Yes.
So if it had worked, it would have given us advantage, did it?
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because basically, he would have been like outlined in like starlight, basically.
You would have gotten the dust, man.
All right. That will bring up Dog, who will use his movement to stand up, or have his movement to stand up, and he'll shift where he gets advantage.
Advantage is gotten.
It's really hard to tell with a 4-square person.
Yeah.
I pretty much just say you need to be directly across. Like that whole like you can be directly across on one side of them. You need to do diagonal.
That's,
do
that's
it
what we've
done.
been
But
going
he does,
for.
yeah,
so.
but he does hit.
He rolls a 17. So.
Nice. Get it.
And he'll go ahead and try and use a superiority die here to make that 13 points of damage.
Tasty.
And go ahead and give me a strength save for the ogre.
For the Opera.
That's more like it. That's a 3 on the die.
3. You see this time the ogre falls down to his knee, and then as Dog cuts him, and then he falls over onto his back.
Oh, nice.
Not gonna hurt him. With the triple.
Oh no! He fell up.
On his movement, he will stand up.
Oh my god.
He's up now?
Yeah.
Okay.
He just rocked.
I don't have all of my maneuvers for the Battlemaster right here, so
Ah, gotcha.
I'm using the ones I know. Let's see here. Who is?
Don't make eye contact.
There you go. He's gonna
Make eye contact.
shift
Don't look at the
towards. No shit. He's gonna shift around Dolg, so he'll take an attack of opportunity from you,
He's pretty shifty.
Oligar.
So he's
No,
gonna
no, no,
come
no,
like
just
here.
no, just like until he can
Why
get
you gotta
within
put
10
him
feet
by me?
of Genesis. He's basically gonna come around about a square to my left.
Like here.
No, square to my left.
This your left?
Yeah, towards Riven.
Oh shit.
Matt, come on, man.
There you go.
He's like by
I got it.
Genesis.
All right.
By Genesis.
Attack of opportunity.
Well, 'cause-
what is that?
A nat 20.
Hey,
It damn sure is.
Crit
Nice.
that bitch. All right, so I get
Wee
max
woo, wee
die,
woo.
and then wee woo.
My brain
Just
isn't all
get
the way
it
Oh,
on.
I get to reroll both these.
Thought we were friends.
No.
I don't feel like this
There
has
you go.
anything to do
Dang.
with friendship.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 plus 12.
Uh-huh.
That is 25.
25.
25.
Smack that bitch.
Smack-a-dim.
Nice.
Don't you walk away from me,
He's starting to look hurt.
You get back
But he will when he gets to within range of Genesis. After you gave him brain pain, he is going to. You see, he takes the hand that holds the chain, and he takes the two chain, like the chain arm that is a chain, and he like swings them around his head, and they wrap together, and he just comes out an overhand smash.
Oh, shit.
Right at your head.
Oh, shit. Don't brain pain him no more.
I'm gonna have to start eating brains, yo.
I don't like it.
17 to hit.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Okay. So I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
oh, shit.
Right.
To remain conscious.
Right. That's not very good. A 14.
Oh, that you actually pass. You succeed.
Sweet.
Nice.
But you do take 8 points of bludgeoning damage. You are not knocked unconscious.
Oh, shit.
Do I like stagger a little bit?
I mean, sure, yeah.
As
'Cause you
much
just got
as a-
smashed in the head by that
Yeah,
chain.
a 90-pound woman that just
Yeah.
got smashed by 2 chains.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ogre 2 chains. All right, that's his turn. Riven.
Get it out.
I guess I'm gonna move in between these two. Is there like an action where I can push her back?
Push.
Genesis back.
I mean, you could like try to grab onto her and drag her out of there.
Well, I mean like forcefully like push her back so like she's not near him.
I mean, you could like wedge in between, and you could. I mean, you could do a shove attack against her, basically.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a shove attack. I'm sorry. I'm
Do
trying to
you-
shove you out of
are
here.
do you relent or do you let her push you?
I probably am pretty dazed at this point.
Okay,
like,
yeah. So yeah, you push her back 5 feet.
Okay, so she's at least
You're
back
not
here.
going. Your intent isn't to damage her. So you interpose yourself between the
Yeah.
ogre and okay.
And that takes my action, right?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
basically an attack. Anything else?
No.
I
Or
mean, you
actually,
could-
can I get Sir Gilliam
Yeah,
out
you can
the
have
hole?
to start. Yeah, so have him make me an athletics check
Okay. I didn't know how
to
hold.
climb up this screen.
Make sure your steps
Nat
are together.
20.
Ogre.
Nat 20. Yeah, he gets. You see Sir Gilliam, like you see, like it's like the scene where you're like everyone's looking over the mountain in Last Crusade, and you're all looking in the wrong place, and he comes up like right next to the edge, like to my left, all the way. Yeah, and you just see a little arm with a shield on it, and then you see him pull himself up. He's right on the precipice. That's all his movement though.
Okay.
Nice.
Yay!
Get it.
All right, Gendrix.
I am going to say something really snarky to the ogre for a vicious mockery.
Wisdom.
Yes,
10.
that is a failure.
Nice.
So
He is a failure.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll all of my damage at once for the heating up his face some more, which is
Ooh,
10
nice.
for that, and then 10 for the, or not 10, 4 for the mockery, so 14 altogether.
14 altogether. Nice. Yeah, he's starting to look pretty rough.
And he has disadvantage on his next attack before the end of his
Nice.
next turn.
All right. Anything else?
I'll sing one little word of praise for Genesis.
Okay. Genesis, you're up.
Jesus smacked on the head.
You're fine. Other than the damage.
So, is he doing his roll or is it my turn now?
I think he's just giving you a bardic
Yeah, I'm
inspiration.
giving you
Okay.
bardic inspiration.
So I'm gonna like, can I move back anymore, or am I against like a wall right there?
No, you can move back.
Yeah, I'm
you'll kind of
gonna-
move at an angle, but
Yeah, I'll move back maybe like 15 feet.
okay.
And then can I drink my health potion?
You certainly may.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that.
So, drinking a potion is, because we only have 4 players, drinking a potion is an action.
Okay.
Standard rules there.
Can I use
Apply.
inspiration for that, or
No,
does that
it's just for a
only work?
d20 roll, basically.
Okay.
So, yeah, you can do your, I don't know what kind of potion you have.
It's just a regular health potion.
It's a 2d4 plus 2.
That was a crap roll, but it's alright. Okay.
Okay. Olga.
That was English.
That was bad.
I'm gonna move over here,
Do it.
opposite the Dogmeister.
Okay.
The Dogmeister. And I will give him another smack. Hooah. That is 16 plus
Yeah.
6. And roll it. Reroll that, not a 1. Nice. 13 points of damage.
Nice. Yeah, he's close. He's looking bad. That will bring us to the top with Dog, who will take his advantage. So why not?
I'm the motherfucking DOLG.
He's still he managed. Nope, that's not 11. He's plus
Hey.
Nice.
He just hits. He doesn't have any more severe. All right, nice. But he does max damage
Nice.
Get it, Dog.
for 11. And you can see as he stabs the spear into the ogre's gut, and you just see this like ichorish black blood pour out of his stomach. And he just sort of looks at all of you. Everyone can see him. And he just sort of just looks down and he pulls, like, with the hand that has the chain, like, wrapped all around it, he lets go of the chain, and he grabs Dog's spear and just pulls it out of his gut and pushes Dog back. Not enough to move or anything, but he just looks at him and goes, "You dare come into the lair of Molbog, you'll never have me!" And just yells at everybody to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
Wisdom save. That's my best save. It's a +0.
Nice. Good thing it's not a huge DC.
God damn it.
14.
Is it a 1? Does a 1 pass?
Unless you got about a plus 12. So 14 you pass.
Don't I get something for being a paladin on these?
Not yet.
Not yet. Is that soon?
Yeah, I think you'll be able to get the thing where you can like give your aura out for saving
Yeah.
throws. And I'm still trying to decide if we're gonna use the normal charisma for that,
Okay.
for how much you give, or if we're gonna do wisdom.
19.
19 you pass.
17.
You passed.
1.
A natural one.
Natural
I
one.
mean, natural ones can still pass saving throws potentially.
Well, yeah, but I get no plus to it.
Yeah,
so
so there's still one. Yeah, so you are frightened.
I'm frightened.
So you must use your. Well, you're not just frightened. You have fear. So you must use your action to run away from this creature.
Okay.
You have disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws as long as it is within your line of sight.
Okay.
I'll picture just like Johnny Depp running away.
And then it will. That's its bonus action. So the 3 of you that are next to it, I need dexterity saving throws.
Oh, now this is a problem.
Dog passes.
Oh, shit. 17.
12.
Okay, so Riven, you are knocked prone. Take 6 or 7 points of
Okay.
bludgeoning damage. Dole takes 3. What's Dole get? And you take 3. Olga.
3.
Dog has taken 3. So he'd take damage previously. The last time that I have him as taking damage was he took 15.
He has taken 3 twice now from the
So
chain.
he's at 21.
Okay.
Down 21.
He's looking rough. But that will be the ogre's turn. Riven.
Alright, I'm gonna use half my movement to stand up. I'm gonna run this bad boy over here.
Mm-hmm.
Should be able to get him like.
Yeah, there's enough of you around there that pretty
Alright,
much everyone's getting
and
flanked.
then technically, would I wouldn't flank him, would I? He wouldn't get advantage, would he?
That's what I'm saying is there's enough of you around that I'm gonna say that pretty much anyone at this point has it.
Okay, so I'm gonna smack him.
You've got him surrounded.
Smack that.
Are you gonna have him smacked or Sir Gilliam smacked?
Sir Gilliam.
Oh, okay. Thought you were gonna smack him.
A 17 hit?
Yeah. 17 definitely hits.
Oh, that's poor. That's gonna be 4.
Poor taste, Gilliam.
Yeah.
Okay. And is there anything else?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, you see Sir Gilliam just comes up and whacks it with a sword. He cuts a pretty big chunk of flesh out. This thing's looking really bad. Gendrix.
All right, so I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
In my running away, which I figured Gendrix is going to just take the only way that he knows, which is back the way that they came from.
Mm-hmm.
But in my running away, would I still have the wherewithal to apply my burning damage to his face?
So there is nothing in the rule that says you lose concentration because you're feared. You're not incapacitated. And in fact, it would almost seem silly that you would drop. Or maybe it doesn't seem silly because you're so afraid. You're like, if I stop hurting him, maybe he'll relent and not hurt me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you make a wisdom saving throw. It's not a huge DC, but
Well, it wasn't a huge DC last time.
it is not. Well, it's smaller. It's smaller.
It's going to be an 8.
An 8. Yeah. So you do drop concentration.
Okay, yeah, and then I run away in like the most comical fashion.
Nice.
We all just kind of like pause it. The whole like fighting pauses and we turn.
All right, and that will bring up the Genesis.
Even the ogre.
Genesis is just gonna grab the first thing in that trench coat and she's gonna throw another chaos bolt.
Okay.
So, 23.
Yeah.
And let's see which one he gets.
I hope we don't find anything else after this because your spell slots are wrong.
Shut up. 6 damage.
So
And
6?
6 damage. I roll like shit.
On 3 dice?
Yeah.
You rolled
And
22 points of possible damage and rolled a 6?
A 2, and a 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
3.
Like you
But-
had a
A
very
what?
real chance of killing
A
him.
2?
One.
3.
No.
He's gonna get some acid.
Okay, yeah, you see his skin just starts to melt where this bolt hits him. But he's still
And he goes, seriously?
He's still on his feet.
This is what you
strangely
do?
enough.
He's still
Oliver.
standing.
I don't understand. I'm gonna smack him.
Do it.
I'm gonna hit him.
Maybe.
Attempt to anyway. Not with
Ooh.
that shit. 7 plus 6, 13.
Yeah. His
Barely.
faceplate does not give him extra armor. It just looks menacing.
It's a good thing I can reroll those. I'm never getting rid of that shit. Because, goddamn. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
How do you want to do this?
Yeah.
Nice.
Tell me of his grisly demise.
Well, let's see. He's probably... Who's the last person that he hit? He chained everybody around, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, when the chain came around, I didn't get knocked down, right? It
Right.
wrapped around my sword. And I'm just going to pull him towards me and into my sword with it.
Okay.
And just kind of...
And then so you see Oligar with the chain wrapped around, just wraps around his arm and pulls this thing back towards him because you're behind him, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and you see the great sword pop out of this thing's belly, and he just pushes down with the blade, and you just see it cut through the thing's groin, and it just sort of bifurcates and falls to the ground.
Nice.
Nice.
Is it safe now?
And you're no longer afraid.
Is it safe now?
You're quite grossed out, but you're not afraid.
He's been bifurcated by his groin.
Through the groin,
Through the groin. I don't really know what bifurcated means.
cut in two.
At this point, I'm gonna walk up to the edge and take a look around and see, like, because I'm sure that I wouldn't know at this point if the other guy was, like, if he'd gone on or if he's just
No, he's still
down
laying
at the
there,
bottom.
like with a ridiculously compound fracture of the leg.
Oof.
Major oof.
We have to kill him.
You can see that there are 2 or 3 other ogres down where the huts are, but like they don't have any weapons. They're actually wearing clothes. They don't appear to be combatants.
We just need his head, right?
Molbag?
Right.
Yes.
I'm assuming this is Moldbag.
Yes. He did announce it before I ran away.
That's fair. I want to cut off his head.
Okay. Yeah, you
Can
cleave.
he, like, right before he does that, I want to walk over to the edge and try to time it to where I get as much health as I can before he cuts his head off.
Who are you
Moldbag
getting
is
the interview
dead.
From the one at
I'm
the
not
very bottom.
killing that
Oh, you're
guy.
killing. I'm sorry. I thought you were
Oh.
doing the one at the bottom.
Feed on, girl.
Yeah, you can get everything you need.
Yeah.
It's unpalatable. It's kind of nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get like this oily taste in the back of your throat, like
Flavor
yeah,
crystals.
you're like, ugh, this is horrible. Like it tastes really. It's like
It's
not-
the first thing I've actually
Yeah.
tasted.
Yeah. Well, no. You taste the taste, quote unquote, the people
that you drain, and they have sort of this pleasant, sort of effervescent quality to them. But this thing has, like I said, this oily sort of dampness to it. It's not nice.
So I'm gonna finish cutting his head off.
Yeah.
I'm approach
Do
Gendrix.
we know if ogres? Sorry. Do we know if ogres speak another language? Is that common knowledge?
Roll me a just an intelligence check. History, maybe, if you're proficient.
Don't you speak ogre?
I speak goblin.
Genesis?
I speak goblin. That's not the same in this game, is it? Okay.
17.
17. They're so ogres are giantkin.
Mm.
So they do speak giant, which I mean everyone knows that the giants they don't exist. Like the ogres are the only vestigial remains of the giant races. The giants inhabited Zendrick. Everyone knows that, but they're all dead.
Do we think that they speak the common tongue or their own language down here?
You could.
Olbag spoke the common
You could.
tongue.
He did say something to you in common, sure.
That's fair, but I want to make sure that these people understand people.
So what are you doing?
I'm walking to the edge.
Do you have the head?
Yeah,
Okay. So you have the head of this thing.
right.
This massive ogre. Let me find where we're at here. Okay. And you sort of walk to the edge. What do you do?
Do you have any way to amplify? Or like,
I do have my loot with me,
It just works for you.
and it only works for me.
Yep.
What do you want me to say?
stay down here and don't follow any more dumbasses. And I'm gonna hand you the head.
Yeah, I'll put thaumaturgy on myself, and
Okay.
and I'll say if anyone else comes. Let me think about this for a second here.
I feel like all of this
please
is
hold.
actually said.
Yeah, hold please. If any of you are thinking about taking up the club and taking what you want by force, you should think again, because the same will happen to you and anyone else who attempts this.
Okay. Make me an intimidation check with advantage.
All right. Intimidate.
It's a good speech.
It's gonna be a dirty 20.
Okay, you see what appear to be two ogre women. They have on what could be called a dress, maybe. It's really just more of like a sack. But they walk over to like the large hut that's in the middle, and they both reach up and they grab like some of the like framework and just like pull it down. And then they sort of gather up the rest and they head out one of the mine tunnels that's off in the other direction.
Fare thee well.
I don't know what that was about, but
Did they take the one that's got the broke leg?
No. He's just down there howling in pain.
Yeah, we got to go down there and finish him off. We don't need someone with a reason to come back.
How bad off did I leave him? And like combined with
Like
his
he's probably half.
half.
Yeah, he looks rough. Between the falling and the broken leg and
with the falling and the sucking.
yeah, the life drain.
I'm gonna attempt to chill touch him from where I'm standing. Just like up from there, I sort of just like send out that little ghostly arm.
Okay, make an attack roll with advantage. No, actually, so I was going to give you advantage because he's technically prone. It's a ranged attack, so it's disadvantage. So you're just straight.
Straight roll.
Yep.
That's a natural
beautiful.
20.
Yeah,
Oh, there you go.
always, never missed.
I know. What are you, D8? Yeah, 1D8. So that's 3. I suck with D8. 1D8s.
8. at
Yeah,
least.
right.
Plus, like, I forget how you do your.
It's
your
you get,
rolls
so you get
again.
one full, like whatever the value is of the die is, you get one full one.
Okay.
So if it's a D8, you get 8 instead of rolling 2 dice, because what always happens when you roll 2 dice on a crit, you're like a 1 and a 2, and it sucks.
Yeah.
You're like, my regular attack that I just did was better than my crit. It's to me that's silly. So I like to guarantee that you're going to get some solid damage out of your crits.
Then I
So.
get an 11 total.
11 total. Yeah, he. You can see he withers a good bit from the chill touch. He's not dead yet. He's still like howling in pain.
Well, I guess we gotta go punch him. Well, I guess one of us is.
I'll sit here and just make vicious mockeries at him for a minute.
Okay,
Yes,
so
not only are you-
we'll say without.
Yeah, while they're doing that, I'm gonna go investigate Moldbag's body.
His body?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he's got these 2 giant chains on his... He's got one that he holds in his hand that's wrapped around his right arm, and then his left arm is like, imagine like a pirate's hook, but it's just a chain that's like stuck into his stub of his hand.
Nice.
But other than that, yeah, he's just wearing like a loincloth.
He didn't have any weird bags.
Nope.
I'm just over here hurting his feelings to death.
Listen here, you
Yeah,
stupid
eventually
bitch.
you manage to kill this guy.
I'm gonna take off one of his chains, probably the not integrated.
Okay, yeah, I mean it unwraps eventually. I mean it's a pretty thick. It looks like a big like it was probably like a keel chain or something from a ship.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Okay. It's heavy.
Yeah,
Like it probably weighs a good 200 pounds.
that's a hefty chain.
Yeah.
This probably won't replace my rope. I'm gonna find something to do with it.
Yeah, yeah.
In the meantime, I'm gonna turn to you and be like, "Do you always scream like that?"
Jenna, see, you're over there.
Je ne sais quoi.
Give me a,
She is French.
give me a perception check. I was gonna get your name right. Genesis perception.
Only sometimes.
18.
Only
18.
sometimes.
You see where they pulled down the tent of Molbag, or what you assume was Molbag's tent, that it looks like you see something shiny down there.
I think there's something shiny in there. And I'm gonna like just point at it.
All right. Well, guess we're sending the troop in. We'll send Sir Gilliam to go look at it.
Okay, give me an acrobatics check for Sir Gilliam.
I actually
Heck
think it's a good idea that we all go down there.
After we torture this dude to death, and we're like,
That's gonna be 12.
Okay, yeah, it's not hard to see. He does kind of scramble and fall down, but he doesn't take any damage. I mean, he lands on his butt at the bottom, but it's kind of like it's like a controlled thing. Like you're like when you're on a slippery slope and you kind of allow yourself to slide on your butt and scoot down. He makes it.
Yeah. Moldbag didn't have any of those other bags that the other ones did, so there might be something down here. And I'll take the keel haul chain and just kind of toss it over the edge and hold the end. If
Okay.
anybody needs some help.
Yeah, I mean
down.
it's only about 8 feet long, so it,
Oh, that's
yeah.
not.
Yeah,
That's not long enough.
yeah.
If anybody needs some help.
If anybody needs some help, you can find your own way down. I just threw this chain for no reason.
I'll just make my way down real quick.
Okay, yeah, just acrobatics.
Same.
Motherfuck. This one's going in the trash, dude. That was another nat one.
And that one, okay, so you do, Gendrix is, your foot slips in the scree, and instead of like gracefully sort of bumping down in your butt, you end up in just a full, like on your back, sliding down. You take 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'm probably gonna join him here.
I reckon I'll go too.
Yep. 100%.
That one,
Yep.
same thing happens to you. You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, fucking
I'm
fat.
gonna try to use the chain. Like
21.
To make
Yeah,
Oligar feel better.
Gracefully just walk down there.
Okay, yeah, this chain, like your hands barely wrap around. It's matte. Like, have you ever seen like an anchor chain, like on a warship? It's the links are sort of like they're probably this big each. Like this 8 or 9 foot chain probably only has like 20 links in it because they're a half foot across.
Yeah.
Each link, so there's not a whole lot, and it's just sort of laying there. It's not really affixed to anything.
Yeah, no, I just threw it down and then slid my ass.
Yeah.
I rolled a 9.
A 9. Yeah. So you end up bumping your butt a little bit and taking a little bit of damage as you fall. You take 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
I kind of like look back at all of them.
You see Riven just like she didn't even bump her butt. She just like surfed down. She was just like, and Sir Gilliam kind of looks up at her and goes,
Good job, boss.
Little do you know that I'm actually giving myself a thumbs up.
"So high five." All right. Yeah. So so you're down in this, and Dog. Let's see what Dog does. Yeah, Dog takes a little bit of damage too. Oh shit! Give Dog 6 more points. What's that bring him to?
Oh, that'd be 27.
Oh god, he looks bad.
You didn't have to come down here.
He's sort of like, "I'm with you." That's not his accent. He's from Jersey. He's like, "I'm walking here.
I'm sliding over here.
I'm sliding down the mountain over here." He's like, "Anyway, we should probably check out that tent. He might have some stuff."
Oh, some good stabbing you did over there, eh?
Let's do it.
Yeah, we'll head over there.
Yeah, you like pull back this canvas of this tent, and just everyone give me an investigation check to see how much of this shit you are able to find.
Actually, I want to pull down my hat. How big is this place?
Like just the area of his tent.
The whole
The whole
business.
area is probably about 120 feet wide by about 60 feet deep. The area of his tent is probably about a 30-foot diameter.
Is that word in the dictionary? Shabiznatch?
Shabiznatch. It is now. Let's see, which one do I want to use? Yeah, I'm going to use the light of truth.
Channel some divinity,
Yeah.
or whatever it's called for a paladin.
Yet. Yeah. And anything invisible or hidden within 10 feet of wherever I'm walking.
How long is it? It says it lasts for a while.
Magically revealed for the next minute.
Nice. Okay. So
Yep.
can you move around and reveal other stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So everybody can roll their, because none of this stuff is technically invisible.
Right.
It's just more like hidden under piles of shit. Everyone can roll their investigation check with advantage as Oligar's just sort of walking around and sort of magically pointing
Roll
at where
another
this
one?
stuff is.
No, I rolled a 4 twice.
Nice.
Damn.
You're going in jail. I'm gonna incinerate some of these.
19.
You're going to jail and you're
What'd you
going
get?
to jail?
Is this?
I got a 12.
Okay. Oligar?
I believe it's a 19 at least.
Nice.
Nat 20.
Nice. Okay, so yeah, you guys, 3 successes because a nat 20 counts as 2 successes. You find several things. Who's ready to write? You find a small, it's a small necklace. Definitely wouldn't have fit any of these ogres. But it's basically just like a very thin, like almost gossamer chain that appears to have like a red teardrop as the gem.
Okay.
So edgy. I love it.
You
Cheesy
have
whore.
you find a leather pouch or a leather sack that when you sort of pull it out of the rubble, it clinks a little bit. You open it up and it's 4 horseshoes that are like immaculately silver.
Interesting.
And you also find a potion bottle that has a potion in it.
Okay.
And inside you see the liquid is fairly clear, but there's a red bead in the middle that sort of diffuses into the potion and then forms back into a bead. And it does this about every 3 or 4 seconds. Just
Potion of fireball. Okay. Anything else?
You also find 2 carnelians that are worth. I'm not going to tell you what they're worth. You can go get them appraised.
Carnelians.
There's a reddish gemstone, and you find an onyx that's fairly large. You find a large brass tankard. It looks like it probably holds around a liter. That has a very fancy jade inlay.
Hell right.
You find wrapped up in just a piece of sort of discarded cloth, an embroidered silk handkerchief that still actually appears to be clean. It doesn't have like a big gob of ogre snot in it or anything.
Oh, that's going right in my pocket.
I figured it would. Make money, keep stuff. Fun.
Yeah.
And then you also find a golden bracelet studded with white gems.
Oh, that's
Anybody can make a nature check if you're curious what kind of gems they are.
Yeah, I'll make it.
Okay.
Nope, not gonna.
I'll make it as well.
Oh, I probably sucked that. That's an 11.
They're pretty white gemstones.
That is also an 11.
They're pretty white gemstones. They do have sort of
These are some white gemstones.
almost like like when you put like a satin varnish on something, and it's somewhat shiny, like you scuffed it up with sandpaper. They have that sort of a look to them. They're lustrous and brilliant, but they have this matte sort of finish to them. Very interesting looking stuff.
Matt, what did you do to them?
And then you
Finished
also
them.
find just around the entire area mixed coins equaling about 130 gold pieces.
Dope. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, he had a bunch of crap down here.
I'm going to, like,
Does anyone have identified, just so I know?
no.
I do not.
Do you not have it? I thought your paladin, one of your
It does, but
domain
not
spells.
until I
I
think
thought it was third
next
level. I thought it was one of your 3rd level oath spells.
It might be just. Oh yeah, shit, I do.
I mean, I don't think you can cast it ritually as a paladin.
Yeah, no, I can't cast it
so
ritually.
just if you wanted to cast on anything, I will tell you right now that other than actually the items are all magical. I'll tell you that because they are. I'm not going to make you waste your spell. right now. Just so that
I can't
you-
waste my spell right now.
Yeah.
So
So
the-
you're out of spells. Nice. Okay.
The necklace, the sack.
The necklace, the horseshoes in the sack,
Okay.
and the potion. Obviously, the potion's magical. And this potion, do you want to try and figure out what it is?
Yeah, whoever grabbed it, I immediately like snatch it from them.
Okay.
And well, I
Shatters.
know that I can like taste common potions. But
Yeah, so-
this is obviously not.
Well, you're not sure.
So
You can try to taste it.
yeah, I'm gonna pop it and try to like sniff it a little bit,
It smells like a potion.
and I'm gonna put like a tiny little finger in there and
Just a
try to
little
taste
finger
it.
and taste it.
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone, give me a perception check.
Oh shit, she's gonna cast fireball.
Hey, finally rolling.
Nope.
22.
nod.
Your homegirl can't see shit.
Like a 6.
6. Okay.
That's gonna be a 4.
4. You said a 22.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That is sufficient. You'd notice that as she touches the potion to her tongue, she shrinks about a quarter of an inch.
Have you gotten smaller? Do you feel smaller? You just got smaller.
I'm small.
Smaller.
Do I feel like I like shrink?
Actually, give me a perception check.
You should test it again just so we can make sure.
It's a natural 20.
Naturally, yeah, you're like, oh, I think I am about a quarter of an inch shorter.
I might be. And I like it again.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, after that, like, you have all of the detectable benefits of tasting the potion.
Yeah.
At this point, you'd have to drink the whole thing for it to.
I'm gonna put the cork back on it and like just immediately stuff it in my jacket.
Okay.
All right, so that went to Genesis. I'm trying to keep up with who gets what here.
Okay. All right. So Dole just sort of looks at you and goes, "All right, well, let's get out of here.
Let's get it.
I've had enough down here with these smelly bastards."
Agreed.
Indeed.
Do you know the fastest way back without having to scramble?
This is well. I mean, we could try and climb back up because if we follow those that went out, we might be able to go. We might not want to run into them. They might think we mean them harm. But that's probably the easiest and quickest way out.
Did you give me the head back?
For Molbag?
Yeah.
I didn't know I had it.
Well, you were holding it up when you were yelling.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
You're
head.
doing your show of dominance.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then I will shake it around.
Okay.
I don't think that'll be a problem.
He's like, oh, yeah, good point.
You're getting blood everywhere. Can you stop that?
Who's leading the charge here?
I will with Dog. Because
Okay.
he's leading me where to go.
Yeah,
All
but-
right.
Like a
Do you
lame
want
than
to?
Yeah.
Do you want to roll? Have Dog roll a survival check and you roll, or do you want one of you to roll with advantage?
I will roll.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I suck at it. I mean, not that bad. I'll roll it. Fuck.
Okay, so yeah, you can roll advantage because Dog's helping you.
Cool. Yeah.
You're gonna need all the help you can get.
Right. Alright, 15, 16, 21.
21. Yeah. With Dog's help, you manage to find old bits of ore and mined material and work your way, and eventually you find your way back to one of the rail lines. And as soon as you find that, Dog's like, "Oh yeah, I know exactly where we are. Let's double up the pace. I'm ready to get back. I'm starving, man."
Speaking my language now.
Oh God.
Eventually, you make it back to the small camp where Fezgut was. And when you come back, he's like, "Oh, you made it." He goes, "Did ya?" Oh, and he sees you dragging the head.
Yeah.
Because when you're just walking, holding on to the lip, but you're holding on to his lips because he doesn't have any hair to hold on to. His head drags the ground. That's how big it is. It's
Oh.
this big. It's huge.
That's a big ass head.
But he's like, "Oh," and he sees the jaw, the metal jaw. He's like, "Huh, well, I'll be damned. You actually managed to find Molbag.
He found us.
I see."
He found. Well, yes, he did find us. I may have not brought him. Who knows?
No, either way, you might as well take that back up and I get you a reward for it, yeah?
That's what we're doing.
And Dog kind of looks at him and goes, "Yeah, Fezgut, I'm gonna take a little bit of a leave of absence. I'm gonna go up with these folks, get my share of all this treasure, and I'm probably gonna take a bit of a vacation. 50 gold pieces. That's a good And that's several months' salary for me down here in the cogs. So,
You probably need to go to the doctor first. Just saying.
oh well, you know, I mean, I'll get healed up. It won't be a problem. But
Nothing fine drink, food, and song can't fix.
oh yeah, he's like, I'll join you up there on the surface.
Yeah, stay with us and the captain's daughter.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, I've never been in a fancy inn before.
Oh, well, this one's not fancy, but you'll be there.
Oh well, good.
Have you ever been in the captain's daughter?
Well, hadn't everybody? Anyway,
I don't get it.
I don't either. I don't know what they're talking about.
you make your way back. You make your way back to Bargog, and he's like, "Oh, I see you have returned. You were successful. I see. That's good. 'Cause if you ever need work clearing out more evil assholes, you come down here. If I ever need more, whatever. You did a good job. Get the hell out of here."
Evil assholes. The spookiest
Quite
of all.
the rousing speech. Thank you. Enjoy your arms and your fatness.
I will. I am the fattest. And so he reaches in, he grabs all these, looks like a slug, and just takes a big bite of it.
Yummy.
Which ones taste the best?
Probably the blue ones.
They don't look like it, but I hope you enjoy them.
He reaches in and like pulls out like this grub, and like hands. He goes, "Give it a try."
I don't want no grubs.
I kind of look at it for a minute, and then I do sort of reach out and I sniff it at first. Does it smell like god awful?
Smells pickled.
I kind of like do try to like nibble a little bit off.
It's pretty rancid, but it doesn't taste like ash.
It doesn't taste like ash.
Does it?
Does it taste like better or?
I mean, you be the determinant on this.
Tastes like pickles.
Yeah, it tastes like.
The first time you haven't eaten ass?
So I don't know if you've ever. I don't know if you'll be able to have an actual world reference for this, but it tastes like pickled ball sweat.
Ooh.
That's random.
That is
That's
very
much better.
Like imagine the taste
Ah.
of pickles and then the smell of like dank crotch.
I kind of like it. I don't know if I like it.
You already ruined it. Let me try it.
Okay.
I'm gonna try it. I'm just
Hand
gonna
it
take
to
a
you.
You
bite
take a
out
big
of
old
it.
bite, comes
Yeah. Yes. No.
Nope.
7.
7. Yeah, you kind of, and he looks at you and goes, "Oh, don't do it!" And you like, and you just you yak it right back up.
Can I see if I can roll to throw up because I saw him throw up and I saw this whole encounter. I think this is
I
disgusting.
don't know
Sure,
how
I'll
you
take-
get fat off of this, and I'll just toss it back to him.
He
Meanwhile, I'm over
catches
here
it out of
like,
the air and just stuffs the rest of it in his mouth.
okay, yep, I'm double sick.
What did you call that?
Hey.
He goes,
I rolled
"Oh."
a 17, or I got 17.
No, you're fine. You're kind of like, but you managed to keep it down. He goes, "Oh, we call that an underbelly grub."
Underbelly
Okay.
grub.
And I like take out my book and I go first taste since event.
What Genesis? What are you writing about?
It tastes like.
I read
I
about
don't want to tell you
everything.
what it tastes like.
So you make your way back to the entry shaft. You climb back up the ladder. It's a bit of a challenge with the ogre head.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But eventually,
I went up last, so no one else has to,
Yeah, have like blood dripping all over them.
Right.
Yeah, but eventually you do make it up. Walking through the streets of Cogsgate, nobody really seems to care that you're dragging an ogre head around. But there is in Cogsgate there is a watch station that you can.
Yeah, I'll drag it up to so I don't have to drag it through the other streets.
Okay. Yeah, it takes you probably about 10 minutes to get to the watch station. When you walk up, dragging this ogre head behind you, the watch master is a dwarf, or not the watch, like the constable that's like sitting at the table when you walk in, and he goes, "Oh, that's right foul.
Indeed.
He goes, what are you bringing that in here for?
It's a bounty. It's mold bag.
Oh.
Smells like mold and
He,
bag to me.
he sort of looks and he goes, "Pipes, bring up the bounties. I haven't seen them for today." And the guy comes up with a book.
I have a sheet, right, too?
Yeah, you do have what they sent you in the mail.
Yeah.
But he pulls up a book, like it's a large tome, and he sort of flips
a good ways through it. He's like, oh, well, look at that, would you? For the head of, I don't know how we tell that it's Molbeg, but he goes, he looks and he can see your mark. He goes, oh, I guess it must be. No reason anyone else would go down there hunting for him. All right. It says, oh, that's quite. He goes, do we have the purse? And you see this little, probably looks like he's about 15 or 16-year-old human. Just sort of looks up. He's got sort of scraggly hair, beginnings of a little peach fuzz beard. He says, oh, yeah, Darren, we got it. Let me. He goes, you have your keys? And he goes, oh yeah. He pulls his big ring of keys off and hands it to him. He's, I'll be right back. And he scuttles off and he comes back with a sack of coins and he sets it on the counter. He goes, that's your payment. And Darren the dwarf looks and he goes, I guess you should leave that here. We're gonna have to get all the paperwork and get our coins back, of course. So I'll trade you a bag of coins for a bag of, well, I would say brains, but it's an ogre.
Very true. Thank you.
He picks it up and sets the coins closer to you, and he goes, don't set that up here. He goes, Pipes, go around there. And the boy comes up, and he's like trying to carry this like massive beach ball in his hands. But you see he walks off to the back with the ogre head. And
Lift with the legs.
he's like, oh!
What legs? He has hardly any legs.
You just hear a as he drops the ogre head in the back room.
Same price, right?
We made it here.
He says,
That's all that counts.
He says, oh, well, I haven't had the pleasure of, because I deal with a lot of your folk. What's your name? I haven't had the pleasure.
Oligar.
Oligar, huh? Nice to meet you. Holds out his dwarf hand. I'm Dirk
I'll shake it.
of the City Watch. He goes, you keep bringing them in here, we'll keep taking care of you. Well done.
I'll certainly try. Thank you. I'll take the purse and drop it in the bag.
Dog just sort of looks at you and goes, where's my share?
We'll go ahead and.
In the captain's daughter, if you don't mind.
Oh,
You're coming with us there, right?
I mean, if that's where the coin's going, I guess so. So he'll follow along behind you.
I'll explain to Dog that we'll get the 50 and I'll pay for your room out of my pocket so that it doesn't come out of yours since you're accompanying us and we're such a great help.
That sounds fair. So you get back to takes you about a half hour to get back to the captain's daughter.
What time-ish is it?
It's about
Time-ish?
you figure early afternoon.
Early afternoon? Okay.
Yeah, it's probably lunchtime.
Time for some day drinking.
I love it.
You know that tomorrow night you have your
Yeah, tomorrow night is the festival, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Doug sort of comes in. He sits down. He goes, "Oh, I ain't never been. I've never been in no tavern like this. We we got the tents down under, and back where I'm from in Drome, we drink out of people's skulls and stuff.
Yeah, well,
It's understandable,
the city
I
of
guess.
Sharn is
Recycling.
Understandable.
is a very special place where anyone or anything can be anything or anyone.
How does it
Oh, hey,
look in the skull? Like, it's
I'm
got
here for it." He
eyeballs.
goes, "So what do you do?" And
Flip it
like
upside down.
he sort of like he waves his hand in the air. He's like, and like you see Silas sort of looks over and he goes, it's eyes like he first like he turns and then his eyes get wide and he's like,
Meanwhile, I'm like,
"What the fuck is a knoll doing in here?"
I'm like cheesing at him, and I have my hand up, and I say, "He's with us.
He goes, "All right, well, just
His room is on my tab."
Oh, okay. And he hands a key to one of the bar girls, and she brings it over and gives it to you. And Doug sort of looks at the key, and goes,
You put it in the lock and turn it.
"Well, I know how a key works.
I was just letting you know.
It's weird to have it."
Well, you drank out of skulls, so I'm not putting it past you.
Well, it's harder than you think. You got to patch up all the holes.
What did I tell you? Gonna flip it upside down. Okay.
I would assume that's how you do it.
He says, "Well, yeah, I'm gonna go up to my room. I'm gonna take a little bit of a nap. I don't feel so good."
That's understandable. When you come down, your coins will be waiting for you.
So why don't you go ahead and give them to me now?
Yeah, we can go ahead and settle that. Yeah, I'll go ahead and get out and stack his little coins up all nice and neat in five little stacks of 10.
He grabs them up and he drops them in his pouch. He just says, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like I said, I'm probably gonna take a
little bit of a fancy for a few days. Probably spend all this coin some dumb way. I don't know. You know what they say? You're poor, you come into money, you don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
But
Of course.
anyway, if I'm not here when you guys find me back, he goes, you can always come back down to the cogs and find me if you ever need a spear or you know, if you ever can use a hand. So don't be a stranger down there. Come say hey.
You should consider staying above the ground, friend.
Well, I might for a little while. He goes, it's kind of weird up here though.
It's weird everywhere.
Not a whole lot of people that are this hairy up here.
This is
I mean, you
true.
can shave.
You know,
He just looks at you like, have you lost your fucking mind?
Probably.
speaking of Harry and things that you might enjoy,
I don't want to know where this conversation is going.
Is-
I'm going to end it right here.
I
No.
do. I want to know
This-
where it's going.
what were those people called? There's a carnival you need to visit.
Carnival.
What were they were called
Yeah, a carnival.
the clay people. No, the cray.
The
No.
the Calliston Clash down
That's
in
right,
Calliston.
The Clash. Yeah.
Oh, I never heard of that.
Well, that's not anything close to clay. I don't know where you got that from.
It's
They're a
got-
rough and tumble group.
It's like, I mean, it's got 3 letters in common.
I mean, I guess you could simplify it like that. I wouldn't, but you could.
you may find that their company is to your liking.
I'm glad this conversation went in that direction.
There's a
Supposed to be
real
over.
hairy woman down there.
Oh yeah, really?
Mm-hmm.
How do I find this clash?
We'll I'll explain to him where it is, but I'll say before
Well,
we
I've heard about that Galveston. Dangerous
Oh,
place.
it is somewhat dangerous.
Until
However,
you play a couple of games with the Clash.
Oh, I see.
yeah,
They got games.
well, one will challenge you to a fight, but yes, they do have games.
Oh,
They
I like
gamble. It's a tavern. It's much like this, but a little, maybe a little bit more to your liking.
Oh, okay.
It's definitely
I'm
more to your liking.
That sounds good. I like that. Well, maybe I'll head over there in a few days.
Yeah, absolutely.
Spend
We'll
a couple
go
nights
down
in
and
the
we'll
captain's
introduce
yard.
you as a friend of ours.
Oh, sounds good. Anyway, like I said, I'm gonna go get some booze from the fellow over there, and I'm gonna go up to my room. Says if I'm not here, I'm out having a good time.
Sounds good.
So he goes over, gets an ale, and goes upstairs.
Enjoy yourself. You've earned it.
Riven, could you do me a favor? I'm gonna pull the brain out of the little sack that I got from the ogre. Can you ask them? And I push it towards you to cook this for us tonight. It's supposed to be a delicacy. I just don't think they would take very well
How
to.
come you've been carrying this around and not in proper refrigeration?
Hold on, let me get my mini fridge out.
Yeah.
It's probably still
Where
okay.
did it fit?
In my bag. It's fine. You can.
Is it soaking the table right now?
No, she had it wrapped up in a cloth.
I would ask, but I don't think they take too kindly to me asking for them to cook brains. But you could ask.
Silas kind of walks over. He goes,
Yes. Can you cook this pig brain for me?
Someone told you a story. That's not a pig brain.
Cow brain? I don't want to know what kind of brain. As long as it's not a human brain.
It's an ogre brain.
What? It was gonna be fun. The fun was gonna be how much would she lie about it. It's obviously an ogre brain. We know it's an ogre brain.
I'm sorry. I didn't know that you were doing a thing. I'm sorry.
But anyway, I mean, I can cook it. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, just cook it. Cook it.
I'm not gonna lie. Unless you're into really weird tasting shit, I wouldn't cook it. I'd go sell it.
I'm just gonna flick him a gold coin. Please cook it.
She's into some really weird taste and shit.
Truthfully, I just.
It's a flavor crystal.
But also, how much could we sell it for? Do you know?
I mean, if you took it up to the bazaar, to a market, you could probably sell it for I don't know, maybe 20 gold. If you sold it to a restaurant, maybe a little bit more. You gotta go where fancy people are, though. I mean, who's gonna pay 50 gold for a meal?
Yeah.
People up. And he kind of points up.
That's very true. I mean, they use toilet paper.
I was considering going by the enclave to try and sell off some of the.
What do you use?
Loot that we found. Perhaps we could find a buyer there.
And you eat with that hand?
don't know.
as well as scold a craftsman.
I wonder if it would still sell for that much if there was a piece missing.
I mean, it doesn't matter to me. She carved the brain out. She wants to cook it.
This is squarely in your court.
Please cook our
This
friend.
is your brain.
Brain, the friend.
I mean,
Put your brain on
the thing
drugs.
is, just look, I'll cook it for you. I don't have a problem cooking it, but I'm just saying.
I'm gonna like scoop it up.
From what I hear, it really tastes really weird. But
It's just-
he kind of grabs it and goes, "All right, fine." And he comes back
You
like,
might want to bring some danger cheese to wash it down.
Can you like
Wrong-
help me
wrong
with
place.
this?
Wrong place,
Wrong
damn
place.
it.
He comes back about 15 minutes later, and he's got. It looks like he's cooked it in sort of like a ale reduction, like it's sitting in this simmering juice, and he's got it sliced up into like very thin, like almost like charcuterie type. He's like, "There you go. I hear that's how you're supposed to do it."
I'm gonna slide it towards her. Very appetizing.
First bite.
I hope so. And I'm like gonna grab a piece and like put it in my mouth.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Ash.
whip out my handkerchief that I just got. Is there anything special about it? Like, does the embroidery look any kind of?
The handkerchief? Oh yeah, it's really fancy. It has like what appear to be these like lizards embroidered like into the corners that like have like a frill around their neck, and it's sort of a greenish cloth. It's quite fancy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pop it and like stuff it in my shirt and take a look at the brain and go, I suppose it is a delicacy, and I'll like get like a fork and knife and get a small piece of it
Yeah, I'll just pick up a slice and just
and
shove
do the
it.
Squidward bite.
Yeah, it's got like a. It has like, I mean, obviously you can imagine what it tastes like. It has this earthy brain, right? Brain always has sort of this earthy. If you've ever had.
I
brains.
wouldn't know because I've never ate brain.
Okay, well,
I'm like, Wes is eating brain.
And I'll
but it's earth, but it also has like this, like it's similar to what she tasted when she sucked the life out of it. It has like this oily character to it. It's very, it's an acquired taste.
yeah, I'll put my fork and knife down and take my handkerchief back out and start folding it up and say, I've found that throughout the world, whenever you hear someone say that something is a delicacy, it often means it tastes like shit. And I'll stuff it back in my pocket.
I'm just
and-
gonna slide the whole thing towards you. You're our last chance.
I mean, it's not terrible. It's edible for sure.
Well, how would you know? You haven't tried it.
I
Yeah,
did. I
he
shoved the
took a
whole
big old
piece
piece
in.
of it. Riven, you as you kind of push the plate towards him, just something in the back of your mind that doesn't have anything to do with what's happening. You're just like, I wonder what that other job. We really need to look into that. You're not quite sure why, but there's something about stories you've heard. You don't need to. You feel
The
like you
brothel
don't.
job.
Yeah, you feel like you don't want to sit on that.
I'm just eating brain.
It was worth a try.
So what is our next move, guys?
Well, I suppose we should split our haul. We have 200 left from the purse, as well as the 130 that we found down below. I was going to propose that we take the 30 and just add it to the group pile, and the rest will split 75 apiece.
Sure.
That would bring our group, our party funds, if you will, up to about 140 gold pieces for a rainy day. I hope you don't mind that I'm keeping some extra away from you all. It's for all of us.
I feel like you're probably the most qualified.
Are you saying that because of his clothes?
Well, I mean, he seems to dress really nicely. I would assume he could probably handle money, or knows what expensive taste is. I think.
Have we
I
gotten
don't-
her hat yet?
No.
Speaking of expensive taste,
I don't follow your logic, but I do appreciate you watching the money.
Maybe he knows how to spend it at least.
if only you had met some of my previous partners, you might not all be so eager to allow me to watch the money, but I appreciate your trust. It seems as though we're all getting along quite well.
So do we each get money too, and you keep a party fund, or how do you?
So I'm splitting up what we got. So we get 75 apiece, and I'm putting 30 in the sack for the party
So
fund.
that's
75 apiece.
75 gold.
Plus, you have all of those different items that.
So do we have?
Yeah, and I was-
feel like
45
they might
apiece?
sell.
Because he
Yeah, I
takes
was about to
30 of our
go.
40.
No.
So we just did-
75
okay.
apiece, and then he's
So that was another thing I was going to ask. So does that mean that do I know that I would be able to get like a good price for some of the stuff back at the Enclave?
Probably not. You probably have to find like an actual merchant.
Okay, so
Which you know where several of the places are in town. The largest place is the bazaar, which is where you were, where you went to the Witch's Teat, ran in Fergus Derry Simpike. The bazaar was they're like right on the edge of the bazaar was where their place was. So but once again, it's not. You probably won't get the best prices there. He says for the stuff that you've got, you'll probably get a pretty good price. The nicer things are, you're gonna have to. The higher up, you're gonna have to go to find people that'll give you an actual price on it.
Okay.
You know, like if just to give you an idea, let's say an art object on my end says that it will sell for 1,000. If you go to the bazaar, you can probably get between 800 and 900. You'd have to go higher to get more.
I gotcha.
And if you went lower, you'd get less.
Well, because we're amassing like quite a nice. Well, we have like some Warforged components.
Yep.
We got those 2 magic items we need to identify, and we've got 4 gold ingots, the 2 carnelians, the nice large onyx, the brass tankard, and that golden bracelet, like stuff we can sell off.
But the bag of holding is robust. It's doing its job. You feel like it can continue to be filled.
Okay. Well, I mean that's fine. I'm just saying like we have plenty of stuff we can sell off because we haven't really gone shopping yet, like shopping. So yeah, I figured I'll probably spend the rest of the day trying to offload this stuff and also taking my pistol back to the dude and being like, look here, motherfucker.
Okay.
This shit broke.
Never mind how I was using it. It broke.
What do you mean you don't hit them with the pistol?
How long has it been since we went to the shop last time for like our clothes?
It's the next day.
So do they say about a day? So I could assume that they would probably be done by now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm gonna go pick up my clothes.
Okay.
My Guy Fieri Flavortown vest.
So where are you going to try and sell your stuff at?
Let me see that tankard before we sell it. It
Sure.
was very nice. And
Sure,
I like to
absolutely.
Drink
It's-
things.
This has Oligar written all over it to celebrate not 1 but 2 successful bounties in just as many days.
That's a trend.
Bravo, friend. Yeah, so I'll pull that out and give it to him.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to look at it. You just said it's got like jade filigree.
Yeah, it's basically a brass mug, and it has this what appears to be like a sea serpent, like wrapped around it in jade,
That's pretty dope.
like almost like a Jormungandr, except that it's not eating its tail.
Nice.
Yeah, and the ingots are worth like 50 a piece, right? So probably just hang on to those.
Okay.
It's like
You could take those to like Kundarak Bank and get coin, like the proper coin for them.
gotcha.
If you try to sell them, you'll probably get a little bit less.
Yeah, I'll take those to the bank. I'm gonna be very frugal.
There is a
Do I know of a jeweler like somewhere?
yeah, you can find a jeweler.
Yeah, I would definitely go to a jeweler, preferably one that's like in favor of the house.
Okay, so you're gonna try. So the nearest Kundarak Bank is the one at the Kundarak Enclave, which is in Memphis, where all the other enclaves are.
Okay.
Can I see the necklace before you sell it?
I'm not selling the necklace, just because we have like divine intervention to know that it's magical. But yeah, then I will let you. I'll gladly hand it to you.
I just sort of like look at it. Can I tell what it is, or do I just feel that it's magical?
You don't. I just, as the DM, told you guys that it was magic.
Okay.
But you like the two, especially the two of you are from here. You know that there are plenty of places where you can go and pay money to a wizard to get things identified.
It's just a
The two of
small
you have a
red
wizard
gem.
friend at the university too, if you wanted to go talk
Oh
to
yeah.
him. So just remember all of your resources.
Would you perhaps like to go and get our magical items identified by the professor? I don't know that he cared for Oligar and I too much, but he seemed quite smitten with you.
Oh, okay, I can do that.
I guess I'll go with her too, so we don't like divide each other up.
Okay, so you all want to go. Are you going together?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with her.
Okay.
So I take The bracelet and the necklace.
Necklace and the sack with the horseshoes.
Okay.
And the bracelet.
The bracelet wasn't.
Oh, gotcha.
Some random ass horseshoes don't even know what they're doing.
What am I gonna figure out where Morgrave's at? Because I don't remember.
Yeah, my plan is basically just
He's at the college.
exchange
Yeah,
the
he's a Morgrave.
ingots
I just don't remember where it
and
actually is.
try to sell
Okay,
off
it's not
the.
Memphis. Okay, so you would have to go.
gemstones.
I told you wrong. The enclaves are in Central. They're not in Memphis.
Okay.
But Morgrave University is in Upper Memphis. So that might also be a good place to go try and sell stuff.
I mean, we could all take a trip up to Upper Memphis together.
Yeehaw.
Do you want to walk? Do you want to take a sky coach?
Together,
Do you want to try and get
forever.
sworeboards?
Allow me
really
to get a sky coach for us. I'm a little tired from all this walking around in the filth.
Sky coach.
That's a good idea.
I probably still have like head blood.
Head blood.
Head blood. I don't know what color it
I
is.
mean, the two of you especially, like, a lot of the stuff about Sharn, you guys know. Like, you know that you could easily go find basically a hospital, which is a House Jurasco House of Healing, and get spells cast for a cost.
I know we can buy skyboards. Do I remember how much they were? To like permanently rent them?
Well, I mean, you can buy them.
Right.
To buy a swordboard is 300 gold.
Right.
To rent them is depending on where you get it from, between 2 and 5 gold a day.
To answer your question, have you ever been in a coach that is, not a sky coach? One that is on the ground, that is? Are you familiar with, like, a horse-drawn carriage?
Wagon, yes.
Wagon. She's a simpleton. Well, imagine now that it is in the sky and there's no horse. And it's also covered so that you don't fall out.
As he's saying this, you sort of look up and you see what appears to be like a smaller version of that airship you were on. Just
So like an airship?
Yes, but much smaller.
So why is it called a coach?
Semantics, dear. I don't know.
but yeah, so
like if we're gonna play that game, we'll be here all day.
You are at the captain's daughter, so you're in Terminus. So finding Sky Coach is actually pretty easy. The easiest thing to do probably is to walk towards the lightning rail station.
I'll walk over there and just taxi.
And you see what basically looks, as it comes down, looks a lot like a rickshaw. Like there's a guy sitting on a seat, sort of reclined back, and there's a lever on either side, to his left and his right, and there's 6 seats in the back, and he sort of comes out and hovers next to you. He goes, "Hi, where you going?"
Upper Memphis.
Oh, that's a big jump. But sure,
We
go
have-
ahead, hop in. It'll be 3 gold apiece.
I'll give him the 12.
Okay.
Hop on the magic school bus.
It makes Gendrix feel good to be able to treat his friends to luxury.
As he pulls it out of the party fund.
Right.
I'm like the first one in there. I'm like super excited to climb in there.
I'm like,
Yeah, like
no.
the on either side, so it's basically like, imagine like a little upside down dome almost, right? And the sides open up like doors and those stairs pop out. And when you put your weight on it, you feel it give just a little bit, but then you walk up into it and sort of become part of it.
That bitch goes.
And I just step right up inside and get comfortable immediately.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm like, what the heck is this witchery?
Yeah, basically it's like there's like a bench along the back that holds 2 people, and then there's 2 chairs on either side, and then a bench in the front that holds people so you all 6 would be looking at each other.
I'm in the very back bench, sitting across the middle of it like this.
Yeah.
No, I'll sit on one of the chairs. I'll just and then get on one of the chairs.
Yeah, you tell it takes your weight, and it sort of takes a second, but it does level out after a couple of seconds.
But it's very low to the ground.
I don't
We
want like a
never
fat
get
person
up.
in the back of a hoopty just.
Right.
I sit on the bench across from you, but I kind of like rub the seat. Is it like nice velvety seats?
They're leather.
Nice. Squeak, squeak.
Right then, off we go for 12 gold. Can we take the scenic route, please?
Oh, sure. Which way you want to go by? You want to go see some of North Edge?
Just something to wow my friend here. She's not familiar with the city.
Oh, of course, of course. You see he pulls up both levers and it gently sort of hovers up. And then you see he's got pedals on his feet as well.
Okay, we're good. I thought we were shaking there for a little bit.
But he lifts the levers up, and as it rises, you see he sort of levels them back out, and he starts. There's like 6 pedals in front of him that he starts to, and it starts to weave and maneuver. And you see he's like doing a tap dance on these pedals to make this thing just sort of weave through it.
DDR of the
And
future.
It comes up, and he circles around this massive tower that until just now you didn't realize the captain's daughter is inside this tower. You thought you were outside, like you thought it was just a regular building that's out, but no, it's inside this tower. And he circles around it and heads off, and he goes up to this very, very nice, posh-looking area of town with these huge manor houses that are built into the sides of the towers, and manor houses that are towers themselves, and little spires that kick off. And as he soars by, he goes, "Oh yeah, that's North Edge. That's where all the fancy folk live." And he soars around through what these very beautiful gardens in the middle of North Edge. You're familiar with several of these locations, but eventually he circles you back around, and you come up to into what about a half an hour later, what would be the area of Upper Memphis. He goes, "All right, any particular district, or you just want me to let you off on the street?"
I knew this a second ago. I thought wherever you said, I would know is a decent place to try to sell off these gems.
Oh, you know that the whole area would be because of the crust.
Yeah,
of
yeah.
it.
Just anywhere near a fine jeweler would be acceptable.
Yes, I don't really find, but I can take you to a market district. That's not a problem.
That sounds like a wonderful
And
plan.
He kind of pulls you around to a place called. Let's see, where would he take you? Residential. He goes, "All right, we'll get you to 7th Tower. We'll be there in just a bit." And he pulls down. And you feel it. You see he dances the tap dance and lowers the levers, and it settles down, and the doors kick open, and the stairs fall out. And he goes, "All right, you folks, enjoy your day."
Thank you much.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna try to like walk down the stairs, but like stare at him at the same time, so I may or may not trip.
Roll me a dexterity saving throw.
11.
You're fine.
I stumble a little bit. What the fuck was all of that?
I'm hover handing her the whole time anyway, so that's alright.
Give me a perception check.
Ooh.
A 2. That was a nat 1.
Okay, you don't see anything.
I don't think you should talk like that up here.
Talk like what? Fuck?
I just like immediately like look around.
Nobody seems to care.
I think the only thing that you should truly keep in mind is these people will stare at you. I'm probably the closest to being properly dressed for this area.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm still like kind of dirty from before. I haven't like cleaned myself yet. Like, I look down and I'm like, "Oh, yeah, here we go," and I start spraying myself, prestidigitation.
As he's saying this, I'm like putting the goggles back down and like wrapping the scarf back over.
Okay.
Yes, I don't believe my coat is big enough to be here.
With the place that we went to go get our clothes and stuff, that wouldn't be in this area, would it? Okay.
Middle Memphis.
Okay. I just need a map. I need to look at the map. That's what I need to do.
Map, man.
I did give y'all maps.
Yeah.
This is true. It's in the Dropbox.
Just
Okay.
gonna map it.
Drippity
So
drop.
you know that probably a good place, especially some of these items. It's probably a good idea to, if you want to find somebody to identify your magic items, to go to Morgrave, which is basically near this area. If you're looking to sell stuff, you know that there's a Therias Tower. The top level of it is known as Little Zendrick,
Okay.
because there are antiquities dealers there that will pay good coin for rare stuff.
I believe Therias Tower sounds like a good destination.
Okay.
Unless you guys want to go talk to the professor first.
I don't mind.
It might be beneficial if we find out that these items are pieces of shit. We can sell them too.
That's actually a fair point.
Okay, so where are you going first?
To the
To
professor.
the professor.
So to Morgrave. Okay, yeah. So you make your way through, and whereas the lower districts that you've been in, the lower wards,
everything is cramped and inside and tight. Everything here, a lot of arcing bridges that go between towers, lots of just big open verandas and gardens, and it's very, very nice. But eventually you make it to Morgrave University, which is a set of like 10 or 12 towers that have little spire towers that kick off the sides. But eventually you make your way, and there's a big, huge sort of front archway that's at the far end of about a 100-foot bridge coming from sort of one of the main parts of the tower. Most of Morgrave sort of sticks out over the precipice looking down. But you walk across the bridge through the large entrance gate, and you're at Morgrave University.
It's quite impressive in person. I haven't seen it in many years.
You used to go here?
No, but I've seen it many times.
Okay. I'm assuming that I would remember his name to look for him.
Do you remember his name?
Professor. I don't know his name.
Moriarty.
There might be more than one.
I don't think so. This university only has one professor.
One subject.
Professor.
Golomancy.
Yeah. Is there anyone like close?
There are people milling about this. You're in sort of a big courtyard. There's these large, like fir trees, like big Christmas trees, that sort of line the walkway. You can see there's stone benches. There's some people sitting on them eating food, talking. You see there's a group of 3 or 4 younger-looking folks playing hacky sack. It's typical university.
Before I
Far
ask
out, man.
anyone, is there writings on any of the buildings that would say like?
Not that you can see from here.
How
Okay.
far away are the people eating?
The closest people eating are probably 30 or 40 feet away.
I'm gonna walk up to them.
Okay. Yeah, it's just a woman in like wizard's robes with a wizard's hat, little spectacles on the end of her nose. She has what appears to be some sort of a sandwich.
Hello there.
You can eat that.
Oh, hello.
I'm looking for a professor.
Oh, you found one.
Not the one I'm looking for.
Oh, I see. Oh, which
Professor
one are you looking
Alchemy?
Golomancy.
Golomancy.
for? Alchemy and Golomancy. Well, interesting mix, but that would be Pierre Lesterf.
Is it the guy that was just in an airship accident not too long ago?
Oh, he didn't mention it.
That's funny. You think he would talk about that?
Maybe he's not close friends with his colleagues.
Well, he does keep to himself a bit, but he's a nice enough fella.
There you go.
Who knows? Is that a good sandwich?
Can you just leave the poor lady alone?
I was just making
Please ignore
conversation.
him. I can't take you anywhere.
I was
We
just-
can't take you anywhere.
Being friendly.
So if you're looking for Pierre, his office is over there, second building, in the second tower.
Where's the food court?
There is no food court.
See, there's no food court. You're out of luck.
I'm
Shit
just-
out of luck.
Being
There is a
friendly.
cafeteria for the students.
See? And I'm not a student. I'm not just gonna bust into somebody's house and steal their food.
Not putting it past you.
Not today, anyway. See, we
Thank
got
you,
directions.
Professor. You're most kind. And
Enjoy
I'll
your-
start like
enjoy your
dragging
sandwich.
them away.
You see, she pulls back up the scroll that she was reading, takes a bite of her sandwich.
Suco pizza. It's a good sausage like JT.
Yeah, and like, what's everyone's HP at? Just so I have an idea of like how shitty you look.
Oh, I love it.
21
yeah, I'm at-
out of 30.
No, you're fine.
I'm about half. I'm at 16 and 28.
What are you
I
at?
am at half.
Yeah, you look rough, rougher than normal. What are you at?
23 out of 42.
Yeah, you look pretty bad too. But yeah, so you follow, and as you get to, you see a thing that says Morgrave Senior Lecturers over the building that she pointed out. You go in and you're able to find there's like a room guide, and he's in room 238 is his office.
All right, we're going to room 238. I can read numbers. At least they taught me that on the farm.
I got 2319 over here.
I just kind of like push Ribbon. It's that way.
You're the
yeah, so
one
you-
directing us?
You find a set of stairs that goes up. You see that you pass some rooms that are in the hundreds. You go up to the second floor, find some 200s. 238 is easy enough to find. Doors closed.
I'm gonna knock very.
I start to knock.
There's just 2 separate knockings.
Just a moment.
I'm like,
You can hear a bit of a bubbling noise from inside. and then you hear like a beaker shatter. You hear, oh, damn. Comes over.
I'm gonna turn to you.
The door opens and Professor Lasser is there. He says, "Oh, Riven and Genesis, right?
Yeah, Professor.
Well, it's not been that long, has it? Only
No,
only
it
a week or
hasn't.
so. What brings you here? It is good to see you. How are you enjoying? Neither of you said you were from the city. How are you enjoying our beautiful city?
Well, she's hurt.
You do look a bit worse for wear. You should go see some of the halflings at Jurassico. They could take great care of you."
We might be able to do that. I was hoping you could help us with something first.
Oh, if I
Whip out
can,
the
what
horseshoes.
questions do you have?
Maybe come in?
Oh, of course, where are my manners? And he leads you in. There's one chair, and then there's his chair behind the desk, and you see this big, just like jungle of glass tubing and beakers and things, and then there's like 2 stools.
Looks like we're gonna have to take turns taking seats.
I just, I'll
He
walk
walks
over.
around. He walks around behind the desk and crosses his legs and steeples his fingers. And goes, "So, what can I assist you with?"
I'm gonna pull out the horseshoes, or I'm gonna ask her to pull out the horseshoes.
You can pull them out of my bag.
Yeah. I'm going. Yeah.
I just sort of like lean as if you can get it.
Yeah, I like pull out the horseshoes. What are these? Well, I know they're horseshoes, and I know they go on the bottom.
They
of
appear to be
horses.
horseshoes. Did you have a reason to suspect that they might be magical?
I think we.
Our DM told us.
You should always listen to him. He'll take them from you. He pulls them out of the bag. He says, "For the terrible condition of the sack, the shoes, they might be." And he lays the 4 of them out next to each other. And he says, I've actually been quite busy today. It will take me a bit. I can ritually identify these things for you, but we'll need to sort of take a bit of time for if you have more than just this. He says, I've used most of my arcane power for the day.
We have one more thing. And I'll like reach in the bag and like slide the necklace across.
Okay, I just, very well. He sets that down. He goes, anything else?
Not that I know of. You got something else in there? Y'all the time pulling out stuff.
Oh, you had the potion.
Oh yeah, the potion. But Genesis has that.
Yeah. So he pulls out. He says, "Oh," he like opens his pouch. He goes, "Where the devil?" And he starts opening drawers, and he pulls out a fairly large pearl and just sets it on the table. And you can see he pulls out chalks and starts drawing. And after about 10 minutes, he picks up the horseshoes, and you see the whole time his eyes are sort of glowing this bluish color. I mean, it's almost like a gentle wind blowing through his hair. But he, after about 10 minutes, he takes the horseshoes he has and puts them back in the bag. He goes, "Oh, these are actually quite nice. I believe they're basically designed. If you affix all 4 shoes to a single horse, then or a similar creature with hooves, then that it will basically make the animal twice as fast. It will increase its speed. They're horseshoes of speed."
Okay.
He says they're actually quite a rare item.
We found them in a ogre's tent down below the city in the cogs.
What were you? Have you decided to become adventurers after your little adventure on the ship?
Well, seems coin to be made taking care of nuisances for people. And I do enjoy fast coin. I enjoy spending it fast as well.
Well, in my younger days, I used to take many expeditions, so I understand the draw.
So,
If you'll give me a moment with this necklace, I'll tell you what it is as well.
On the bright side, we can put them on the bottom of our shoes and make tap shoes. Do-do-do.
While
I was a
he's
tiefling
like
with
doing
hooves.
that, can I kind of like look around and see like what I think he was working on in his lab?
Making potions.
Like specific potion? I can't tell.
You can give me an Arcana check.
Just curiosity.
Theoretically, if I was a warforged
17.
with modified feet
You
and
don't-
hooves,
He was making potions.
and I put those on.
So no, because a warforged is a bipedal and a horse is quadrupedal. So
Yeah, but so I'd only need 2.
yeah, but you have to do all 4.
But if you convinced him to get on all 4s.
So if I had
He
hoof
still wouldn't be
hands-
quadrupedal though. You'd have to be a quadrupedal creature.
That's a shame.
But he takes the same amount of time with the necklace. He picks it back up and hands it to whoever handed it to him. He says, "This pendant, if you wear it, it's somewhat of an uncommon item, but it's not. They're definitely more than one. He says, basically, it will protect you from diseases, and if you currently are sick, it will heal. It will suppress the effects of the disease until you remove the necklace."
Ah, that's quite helpful. Does it have a special name?
It is a periapt of health.
Ah, nice.
Do you have anything else you need?
Just the potion that
Judas
has a
is the
strange
last.
red bead in it.
Did what?
You have the potion, you know, the thing that you took, and you're a little inshore, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And you see Shirley doesn't want to give it up, but she's sort of like,
Like as soon as you pull it out, he goes, "Oh, that one's easy enough. It is a potion of diminution. If you drink it, it will shrink you. Basically,
You can put it back now.
it will basically, if you drink the potion, it will give you the effects of the enlarge reduce spell, but the reduce portion. It'll make you half your size.
That's
So
pretty
you will go from medium to small if you were to drink it.
Permanently
But-
or
Nope, just for the duration.
Professor, while we have you here, do you think we might bite on your ear about something that we encountered the other evening?
Oh, of course, young man. What would it be?
Well, you see, we were hired to go and investigate some attacks at the Rusty Ratchet. Maybe you've heard of it.
I don't recall. I assume it must be down lower.
It is lower. I'll tell him where it is. I can't recall right off the top of my head.
It's Old Galveston. Yes, that is
Yeah.
a dangerous place.
I'll say, well, what was dangerous is a woman hired. What was he? He was a were-rat, right? So he hired a lycanthrope to scare people away from this tavern. But the woman's description was remarkable, and it's been laying with me for a few days now. And I would describe to him about Elisar and ask if he knows about anything about Death's Gate working in the city.
Oh, I mean, the Death's Gate is quite a popular guild for up and coming adventurers to join. A lot of good work finding minor relics. We here at the university tend not to employ the Death's Gate. They're a bit hot-headed.
Hot-headed indeed.
Nothing. They're a fine bunch of folks, from what I understand. If a bit
Oh wait, maybe
amateur.
that wasn't who I was looking for.
the call, the Emerald Lady.
Yes, that's who I'm looking for.
Emerald Claw.
I need to take better notes.
You describe
Gold
you
12,
describe what the
12.
warrior rat described to you. Is that what you're getting at?
Yes, that's
Okay,
what I
so
was getting at.
It's interesting. This order of the Emerald Claw, back during the war, they were a fanatical group of Karnathi knights sworn to the service of the king of Karnath. But they're nothing more now than a terrorist organization.
Terrorist, you say? So, what would it be that they're trying to terrorize people of?
I don't know. It might be that you said they're trying to prevent guild recruitment.
Yes.
That's strange. It seems below their brand of evil. Perhaps they know that these guilds hire adventurers like yourselves to find relics. A lot of these knights, former knights of the Emerald Claw, they go about looking for these relics to bring them back for the glory of Karnath. They're, as I said, they're fanatical. Even the government of Karnath itself has condemned them in their actions. They're nothing more than radicals.
I see. Well then, knowing that they're just radicals, I know that the next time I should I encounter one, that we can swing first and ask questions later.
Oh, they are quite formidable, from what I understand. Though they're quite formidable fighters, quite formidable knights. Carry a very specific make of flail that was developed in Karnath. It has 2 heads. Quite dangerous.
I see.
Big spiked balls on the ends of the chain. Quite intimidating.
I see. Well then, Professor, I appreciate your time. Do any of you have anything else to ask the professor?
no.
No.
Well, I'm I'm sure you young ladies have something you would like to ask me about.
I'm just happy to be in a lab again, I think.
Oh, well, why don't you stay a while?
And listen,
You could help. You could, he says, I do have a bit of my spell power left for the day. I'm going to be brewing some special potions. Perhaps you could learn a thing or two.
I would love to. And I like try to like.
Because do you have your
immediately go
interesting
behind.
little friend with you?
I like whip him out like a Pokemon.
He
Go,
sort
Sir
of-
William,
he sort of
go.
comes over, and he says, do you mind?
Go right on ahead.
And he picks Sir Gilliam up and sets him on a workbench. And he says,
Meanwhile, making Sir Gilliam's feet kick a little
He
bit.
says,
just
please,
kinda like-
please stop that. I'm trying to see exactly what you've done here. He says, you made this yourself, you said. Is
Yes.
that correct? Interesting. And he turns around and goes, does he open? Like, how do you get to his innards? How do you fix him when he breaks?
I just go walk over to him and I cast Mend.
Oh, that's one way to go about it, I suppose. But you didn't make a way to upgrade him? You didn't leave an opening, a door of some sort?
I didn't know I was supposed to.
Well, when you make more, if you make more, you should remember that. Leave a way to get in. You can upgrade them. He says,
you
do you
can
mind?
install more RAM.
He says, do you mind if I promise I won't hurt him,
Go
but do you
for
mind
it.
if I open him up a bit?
Sure.
And you see he pulls out what looks like a little, basically a Dremel. He says, it's going to get a bit loud, cover your ears, and he takes it and he sparks a striker, and you see something catch on fire, and he basically grinds into the back of Sir Gilliam, and then he grabs a little pair of calipers and peels back up. He goes, oh, well, isn't that something? Where did you find the dragon shard, young miss?
Would I know where I found the dragon shard? I don't know where I know, like, later.
Anywhere you wanted to have found it.
I found it in a mine.
I was farming potatoes.
He says, it's quite an interesting use. It's quite a small shard, I can tell, but still very amazing. We should discuss this more in the future. I could, strange to say, might learn a thing or two. I've never utilized shards in such a way. He says, but if you don't mind, I'll help you out just a bit here. And he goes and rummages in a drawer, and he pulls out.
I'm gonna
just-
like while he's rummaging, I want to get next to Gendrix. Pull out one of the Warforged arms.
I'll open the bag and like hold it over to
I'm
him
gonna
so
like
he
pull
can
out a
reach in and
Warforged
grab
arm
it.
and just like,
But he rummages.
and as
in-
he turns around, I'm just
He goes-
holding it. You want one of these?
What am I gonna do? Shove it up his ass? He's gonna be shooting bows, arrows.
I don't know. This is
Pew,
not.
pew.
This
I
is
mean,
not that
I don't
one.
know how I feel about the
Might be a little large.
humanity of the Warforged, but carrying around their
We-
parts seems a bit.
We have to
a bit
upgrade his
gauche.
legs a little bit.
'Cause,
We can
um,
find some legs.
He says, to be fair, young lady, you could probably dismantle these parts and use them in the creation of your creatures.
I
If
make
you-
a whole ass.
See, I knew
warforged.
that.
If you
I'm just
wanted
gonna
to.
like smack you on. That's why we're doing this.
But,
Here we
you
go.
see, he pulls,
Shove it back in the
he
bag.
pulls out what appears to be a small rod that has on one end is a horse head and on one end is a tiger head. And he and it's probably maybe 6 or 8 inches long, and the gash that he put in Sir Gilliam's back, he sort of puts it in, and you see he pulls out sort of this what looks like a wand and sort of sort of welds it in place, and then he folds up to the back of Sir Gilliam, and you see he pulls puts this little thing on his thumb that has like these gears spinning, and he just sort of like tack welds Sir Gilliam back together, and he goes, that component, I've had it in a golem I created when I was a student, but it basically will give him a bit more of a stance. And you see, he says, how do you have to turn him on? How do you make him function?
I just kind of like wiggle my fingers.
He sort of says, that is amazing. And so, and you see, and he just takes and pushes Sir Gilliam like in the chest, and you like all of you are like he just pushed him over. You see Sir Gilliam just slides back about 2 feet. Sir Gilliam can't be knocked prone anymore.
What? Dope.
Yeah, boy.
Damn, slice me open and stuff from shit in my back.
He's basically had some variant of a immovable rod put in him that will keep him from being knocked prone.
Thank God.
That's
He's
dope.
all the time flying.
He says, well, please do come back and see me when you have more time to learn or to teach. I am always eager.
Of
course. And should you find yourself in need of a ragtag group of adventurers to procure some item of some sort for you, we are staying in the Captain's Daughter and probably will be for some time.
I am unfamiliar with where that is, but I'm sure I can find someone who knows.
I do have a
Good.
question.
Of course.
It's easy to find people who have been in the Captain's Daughter.
He just sort of,
I still don't get what they're talking about.
he just nods his head and goes, "If I were younger." Yes.
How do you become a student here?
Oh, you go to the admissions hall and fill out an application.
Don't forget your FAFSA.
I think most applicants are accepted. What do you have a particular area you would like to? This is not just a wizard's college, of course.
Probably the cafeteria.
It's, from what I've heard, not the best food, but it is abundant.
Interesting. That was my question.
Yes, but of course, as you, I have not planned an expedition in quite some time, but I might be looking into something. I've recently stumbled across some old books that might spark my interest to return to the Land of Secrets. I haven't been in some time.
Well, you know firsthand our ability. You know that we are willing and able.
If I need such plucky young folks as yourselves, I will look you up, of course.
Thank you, Professor. Please enjoy your evening. We've taken enough of your time.
I hope to see you again. Until then, good day.
Good day.
Are we picking you back up?
If it's okay, I'd like to stay.
Okay.
I'll find you later.
And he says, my dear, yes, please. And he leads you over to this ridiculous alchemy setup. And so are you going to go try and sell your stuff?
Yeah, we can go try and offload that.
Okay. So let me just look at everything you've got. And so the carnelians and the onyx up here, those are just going to sell for their regular price. So 50 GP for each carnelian and
Okay.
75 GP for the onyx. Do you want to try and sell the bracelet?
Yeah, I was going to try to sell the bracelet around the
Okay.
same. Like
So
a
give me an
jeweler or
investigation
something.
check to see if you can find the proper vendor for this thing, because the price can vary pretty widely.
It'll be a 12.
12. Okay. Yeah, you find just a human woman in a jewelry shop. She says, "Oh, this is quite beautiful. Gold and moonstones. I haven't seen that combination. That must be an ancient piece." She says, "I would give you 75 gold for it."
75. I'm going to eyeball her real good and see if I feel like she's trying to rip me off.
Yeah, give me an insight check.
3.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, she seems.
That sounds like a good price.
She says, "Oh, very well." She takes it and gives it a looking over with a loop and everything. She says, "Yeah, 75." And she pulls out and gives you a little pouch of 75 gold.
All right, and will
The
she...
people that make pouches in D&D are the richest motherfuckers ever. Everyone's just got pouches of
Yeah.
coins.
Yeah.
Pouch on pouch on pouch.
Yeah.
Will she accept the carnelians and the onyx also?
Yeah. She'll buy those gems from you. Yeah.
Okay, so altogether that's another 250.
She shorted you 25 gold on the value of the bracelet.
Well, you know, it is what it is.
Just so you know.
This makes it easier to divvy it up. I'll just say 50 for everybody and another 50 in the bag. How's that sound to everyone?
Sounds good to me.
Did you want to try and
the
sell
bag.
either the handkerchief or the mug?
The handkerchief is mine, and the mug is his.
Yep.
I wasn't planning on trying to sell it. It's
That's
some finery for me.
What about the horseshoes?
You know, none of us use horses. I'm particularly
I'm not a
unfond
horse.
of horses. I don't know why I'm asking you. You're not here right now.
Yeah.
Do I look like a horse? Are you calling me a horse right now?
No,
I know my
but
teeth
I
may
thought
be large.
maybe being from the country, you would be some sort of an equestrian. But
Give me a just
I
give
don't
me a straight int check, both of you that are from Sean.
straight int 10.
16.
16. You don't really know if this is a good idea, but it seems like it makes sense that if these horseshoes make horses go faster, the House of Orion would probably be pretty interested in them.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Why didn't I think of that? That sounds like a wonderful idea. I don't think that we'll get any use of these, other than to make some money.
Is anybody wearing the periapt, by the way?
I'm
It's not. You don't have to attune to it, so it just makes it so you can't get sick.
I don't need it
I'll take it
Okay.
and wear it.
because for some reason paladins are immune to disease.
Yeah, I think you are too. With your-
Mm-hmm.
I'm not immune to disease.
Okay.
Diseases.
If one of us gets sick, we'll just have to share.
Yeah.
Pass it back and forth.
Okay. Yeah, but you. So you leave and head down to. You take a bridge over to Central and head down to the Enclave to Dragon Towers. You head to House Orion, and they're very just kind of run of the mill humans. They're not super ostentatious or anything, even though they are quite rich because they run all the land travel for the most part. But yeah, you come in and the sort of I can't think of the word. The guy at the door. The concierge. He says, what brings you to House Orion? Fellow dragon. You can see he's got a little dragon mark, just a little teeny one. He says, what brings you to the Enclave of Orion?
I think we have something you might want.
Oh, is that so?
Yes, we have come across in our travels some horseshoes of speed that we would like to see if any of your
we do
horses
have-
need a boost.
We do have several of them. However, recently I believe they've been distilling the magic out of them to put them into some of our magical carriages. Let me let you speak with somebody who can maybe make you an offer.
That
He says,
sounds
follow me.
wonderful.
And he'll take you in.
Before we even get there, I'm gonna, like, after we leave the jewelry shop, just as a side note to Gendrix, you know, for someone that operates in the shadows and doesn't trust very easily, you trusted her very easily on all of her prices.
I gave her an ocular pat down.
I wasn't aware that you looked at her that way, but all right.
I assessed to see if she was a threat.
But so he leads you into a room, and there's a gentleman in a plaid waistcoat, big billowy sleeves, trousers, starting to ball a bit of a widow's peak. And he just looks up from the book. He says, I was told that you might have an item we would be interested in.
Yeah, I'll pull the sack of the
And
horseshoes
you
out.
see he'll look at him. You see he pulls out a pearl and sets it on the table, but he doesn't take any time to cast the ritual. He just
I actually, like, as he goes to pull it out, I'll be like, it was just... But it's like as he's like casting the spell, so it's too late.
Yeah, but he takes the minute and says, quite an interesting artifact. Where did you find these?
Ogres.
Where did you come from? I forgot you were here.
We took up a contract, and the ogres, I
That's
suppose they
exactly
were fond
why.
of shiny things, and we found this among their possessions.
Just these are they're not the nicest pair of shoes I've seen, magical shoes, but these are quite nice. It says we we can actually use these to great effect. What do you wish? Do you want to sell them?
Well, yes,
we would love to have them.
I have no need for them. Would you mind making an offer?
Says I would be willing to give you 1,000 gold for them.
Let me try this again.
Yeah, I was like, can I try this?
Yeah, I mean, you should definitely also try to get some insight on this guy. Because my wisdom is not great. That's
I
going to
want
be a
to
12er this time.
Oculize him.
Oculize. Do it. Ocular pet down.
Oculize is an 18.
18. It seems like he thinks it's a fair price, but at the same time, you can tell he's like really trying to get a good deal.
All right. Wait, would I be able to tell that? Or?
No, he can tell.
Okay. I'll look at Oligar and
I understand that these are quite nice, and I
Yes,
understand
definitely.
that you will make a lot of money from using them.
Well, we would, as I said, we could slap them on a horse, and they would be quite useful for things. But our intent is to try and distill them down and see if we can't wrangle the magical essence into a different shape. So there's a chance we could actually destroy them and get nothing for them. So
Right. But
well,
if
there
you
was a
succeed-
chance that we could have been destroyed trying to get them.
that is true, but you are not. So,
What do you stand to make if you succeed?
well, I mean, if I can derive a formula to increase the speed of our land carriages by 12%.
12% more money. So
Well, not 12% more money, but just faster carriages, which will be an increase in sales for us, of course.
all right. So give us 12% more of 1,000, and we'll be good.
And I will make you an offer of 1120.
That seems reasonable.
I was gonna go for 2,000.
Give me a persuasion check.
2,000.
Wait, okay, well, persuasion plus 6. 7. That was an out one. So,
He goes, I don't think we could. My dear, that is.
1,500.
I will go to 1,200 just to keep it simple.
Seems reasonable.
I'm just saying you could probably
And
give more
he
money.
does. He says.
Unless you
it'll-
think you can make one of these horses and
He
tack
says
them on.
it will take a moment. If you please sit, and he comes in. He like pours everyone whiskey and there's a little appetizer tray.
Oh yeah. Give
I
me
kind
that
of
little
like stick my
appetizer
tongue
tray.
in the whiskey.
Yeah. Have you ever actually stuck your tongue in whiskey?
Yeah.
Burn.
Yeah, but I
Um,
don't drink alcohol.
Yeah. But about 20
Raven,
minutes.
that is not how you
Alcohol?
enjoy that.
About 20 minutes later, another man comes in with a small iron lockbox, and he is holding it. He has got 2 handles on the side, and he sits down to it and goes, "You agreed upon some?"
Open it up and start counting out coins.
Yeah, it takes you like 30 minutes to count 1,200 coins.
Yeah. And I'll.
He says, "I assure you, it is all there."
I've learned to trust no one in my years. I apologize if that is offensive to you, but if you've
No.
been in my line of work, you would definitely understand.
If you must count it, I understand.
And I've just taken out the goblet again, and I've just poured the little glass of whiskey in that, and set it down, and I'm just drinking. Just the bloop at the bottom of it.
Yeah. Like most of it coats the edge of the glass and
Yeah.
doesn't make it to your
That's
lips.
it.
Are you just rinsing your new tankard?
It's just getting the flavor.
So-
Flavor crystals at the bottom. That's how they grow.
But he takes the horseshoes and puts them in a drawer on his desk and says,
You're not here for that joke. We'll explain it later.
"Is there anything else we can do for you?"
Nothing that I can think of other than just to say we are staying at the Captain's Daughter in the lower level. Should you find yourself in need of adventurers to procure some item of some sort for you, our services are open.
We almost exclusively contract with House Beneath, of course.
Well, you may find yourself getting a better price from us. You won't have to pay house fees.
Well, isn't that part of the agreement that we all have?
Agreements.
Well, you may not know this, of course, sir, but you of course understand.
Sure.
I'm just gonna play dumb, like I have no idea what he's talking about.
Sure. Yeah, you know exactly what he's talking about.
Yeah.
I will say though, we'll look to you next time we have to make any land travel around.
Well, who else would you look to?
Independent contractors, literally
Such as
anyone
ourselves.
else that's doing land travel. I mean, there are others that we could.
Okay, I can see this conversation's going nowhere.
Let me know when you have found them.
I'm just saying.
I mean, I suppose you could rent a horse and a cart, but if you want to travel quickly, there is no one else.
That's why I said we would come to you.
And that's why I said, of course you would.
I can at least drive that for you guys.
House business, I'll never understand and just start walking out.
So you guys leave the enclave.
I'm gonna scoop the rest of that.
Eventually, you make your way back to Moorgrave to retrieve Genesis, and it's probably 8, 9 o'clock at this point.
So I guess we should probably head back to the daughter.
Yeah, what are we gonna do with the coin?
Where are we at?
I just, for now, I threw it in the
Okay.
funds.
We're in Upper Memphis,
You're in Middle Central.
Middle Central.
Well, no, you go get her. You're in Upper Memphis yet.
Oh, one more thing I want to do before we go. Is there anywhere like nearby that's like an outlet for a vintner? Like, is there anyone selling like good wine?
Yes.
I just want to go and find someone that is selling some good wine and have them deliver a cask of it to the Captain's Daughter and put on it, "For Gendrix, do not sell."
It'll be to have a full cask delivered all the way down there will be 60 gold. But they'll deliver 2.
They'll deliver 2
Like, if
for
we're already
60?
going, we might as well. So that's delivery cost and the cost of the wine.
Okay, yeah, I'll pay that.
Okay.
I'm not drinking cooking wine for the rest of my time with the captain's daughter.
Yeah, but so basically you pick up Genesis, you do head back down, you probably grab a sky coach.
Well, before we leave this area,
mhm.
it's about 8, 9 o'clock. I know you have your job tomorrow and the festival in wherever that very
Fire.
aptly but terrible named hooker place is. What are we going to do about the other job?
Well, it is the hour in which we would probably be able to find and get the most information.
That's my thinking.
The sun has gone down. The legs have gone up.
The sun has gone down and the legs have gone up.
Well, there's Ginger's next song.
Well,
Ginger's new rap album.
Yes, the Open Maiden, that is where I must play tomorrow. However,
Do we
we
want to?
we should really not dally on this other job. I imagine that it is at least somewhat urgent.
I mean, do we want to visit tonight?
We may as well.
If I'm going to be of any help, I need some healing.
Question: could we have considered any of this time a short rest?
Sure, yeah. If you wanted to spend some hit dice, you could.
Yeah.
Minor D10.
Would she have been with
It
us?
should be
like,
a D8.
at a point
No,
where I
D6.
could,
You're a sorcerer.
where I could sing a
You're
song of healing?
Yeah, you can do Song of Healing too.
Okay.
So you're gonna go down to Sean's Welcome to the Harbor Nymph.
Yeah, we might as well.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys can heal up as you want to. I'm wrapping up because I know that she needs to go head out.
Extra 4 hit points.
But
4.
so yeah, you make your way down. You grab a sky coach. You sail down to Cliffside. You make your way to this brothel called the Harbor Nymph, and as you walk in, an elderly half elf, but still beautiful in her own way, walks up and she says, "Oh, welcome to the Harbor Nymph. What can I help you with tonight?"
Heard you've been losing some ladies to some disfigurement.
"Oh, it is. Are you the folk that
Yeah,
we?"
I'm just gonna.
And she says, "Oh, of course." And you hear, and at this point, like it's pretty slow. It hasn't really picked up yet. There's a couple of people in the common room of this place, but you hear footsteps come down, and just a human female, probably looks like she's in her early 20s. She's got blonde hair pulled back in a ponytail, and she comes around. She sees the 4 of you, and she sees you. And she says, "Riven," and that is where we'll end.
Riven?
Riven?
That's our game for tonight. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for checking out more of A Dance in the Dark. And we will see you guys
Tune in next time for Hookers.
next Thursday for the hooker job.
For the hooker job.
hell yeah. Okay, bye.